Hello and welcome, Wargamers! Today we play Warhammer 40k. Luka here from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by Michael all the way from Germany, and we are playing 2,000 points Tempest of War Space Wolves against Tyranids. Today's Space Wolf list is brought to you by an itch that needs to be scratched. I will be putting everything in reserve, mostly utilizing drop pods. In fact, I have 5 of them in this list. Now, leading the entire thing, we have a Wolf Lord in Terminator armor with a pair of lightning claws, and we're going to upgrade those to frost weapons, so they have extra damage and extra strength if needed. He will be a warrior of legend, naturally, as all of my Wolf Lords typically are. That means he can take 2 different warlord traits. One of them has to be a Space Wolf one. We have Saga of the Hunter on him and Saga of the Wolfkin, so allowing him to tell his own tale there. And that is about it. The Frost Claws count as his relic in this case here. Spending the command points for all that fancy stuff there. And then to go along with it, we have a Wolf Priest in Terminator armor here with his Stormbolter. Keeping him pretty standard. We're going to give him the Canticle of Hate to, deep strike in and then immediately utilize that benefit if we can. Moving on to troops, and mind you, all of these will be riding in drop pods in their pairs. We have 2 units of 5 Blood Claws. The pack leaders have Power Fist. And we have 4 units of 5 Grey Hunters. A smattering of power weapons on the pack leaders, but they all have melt-a-guns, and everyone is upgraded to have a chainsword, because that's the unique thing Grey Hunters can do, as their tactical Space Wolf unit. And then we have Long Fangs riding in drop pods as well. I just didn't want anything to start on the table. Drop pods have a rule that allows them to not count towards your reinforcement limit, and they can show up on turn 1. And lastly, actual units in reinforcements, we have Wolfguard Terminators. These will act as a honor guard to the Wolf Lord, and they're going to have Thunderhammers and Storm Shields. There's 5 of them. And then we have just an extra unit of Terminators with Stormbolters and Power Fists. That's it for the Wolves. Today, let's go take a look at the bugs.
So the Tyranids have already started to consume the planet, and they are led by a Hive Tyrant with a Venom Cannon, a Lash Whip, and a Bone Sword. He is accompanied by a Broodlord and a Tervigon. In troops, we have 16 Hormagaunts with Toxin Sacks, 28 Termagants, and 6 Tyranid warriors, 2 of them with Venom Cannons. In elites, we have 2 5-man units of Gene Stealers and 3 Zoanthropes. And in heavy support, 3 Biowars, a Carnifex, and a Tyrannofex.
And with that, let's go take a look at the mission that Michael and I brewed up. We are going to be playing Tempest of War to represent the battle today.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k Battle Report.
For Tempest of War, we ended up randomizing a Spearhead Assault deployment, which is very similar to Search and Destroy. I believe it takes up the same surface area for deployment zone here, but it's more of a Dawn of War style instead of the Hammer and Anvil style. As you can see, we'll be deploying along the long table edge in a triangle towards the middle, though the middle will have a 9-inch radius of no deploying, so we'll be both cut off at the same angles there. Now with Tempest of War, 3 objectives need to be in no man's land, and there needs to be at least 1 objective in each player's deployment zone. As you can see, all 5 here highlighted, 1 directly in the middle, 1 in the spawning pool, and 1 off to the other flank. And then each player's deployment zone will have 1 objective. Now, we don't know where we're deploying. The Vital Ground will be the primary mission today. So it's a very much kind of shock and awe style mission where the Tyranids will already be deployed, but the Space Wolves are going to be showing up, trying to take back the surface of this planet against the Tyranids, or at least to provide a distraction while other things are going on elsewhere. And the goal is to kill enemy units, to score primary points, 3 per battle round, and then to score objectives in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th battle rounds. You'll score 3 points if you control your own, 4 points if you control an objective in no man's land, and 5 points if you control the objective in the opponent's deployment zone. Up to a maximum of 45 points for the primary. And then our mission rule, there is of course a roiling tide of warp spilling out into real space on this battlefield. So not only are we dealing with bugs, we're dealing with the warp. I mean, it's a typical day in a Space Marine's life, I suppose. So at the start of every psychic phase, each player is going to roll for each unit near an objective, and on a 1, they will suffer a mortal wound. That can add up to be a lot, but it might not do anything at all. That is the nature of it, I suppose. All right, let's take a look at the battlefield before we gum it up with Tyranid bodies. The mat here is from Table War, and we have a lot of kits from GameMat.eu representing some of the bunkers. And then these that look oddly like them are from Greenleaf Terrain. It's cut up foam and just like sprayed and painted. And then a lot of this is just painted up by Adam, a Greenleaf Terrain constructor from him. But these are, the kits themselves are from a different location. They weren't made by Adam, though the platforms and the goo technically was. So but the stuff here is from Micro Art Studios. If you want to check out their, they have more than just like the Tyranid-esque looking terrain. Anyways, the idea of the battlefield is this is the surface of a planet. There's obviously it's being consumed by the Tyranids right now, but there's important facilities under the surface. I don't know how deep. The Space Wolves are either here to prove a distraction while something happens underneath, maybe an evacuation or a collection of data. Or the Space Wolves are here to like reclaim this part of the battlefield for grander plans. I'm not too sure what their ideal goal is. It's up to you to figure it out. It's one of the two things maybe, or maybe something else. And the bugs are here to consume and destroy and do as they do. There might be another objective in mind, but typically that's what you would go for with Tyranids. And if you are a Silver Vault member, I would like to remind you before we get into the game that you have access to a lot of discount codes in the Vault. Table War, as a map provider, would be one of them, as well as other 50 over companies, or over 50 other companies is the proper way to say it, in there. You don't need to be a Silver Vault member to see it, but you need to be a Silver Vault member to benefit from it. And you can save yourself a pretty penny if you're going to buy a big collection of terrain, GameMat being another one. And just all you have to do is upgrade to a Silver Vault member. And well, we would greatly appreciate that. And you'd save yourself quite a bit, I imagine. Anyways, we are going to go ahead and deploy. Funny enough, the Space Wolves will not be, which is not ideal for Tempest to War, but we'll see where the Tyranids end up going. And well, there you have it. All the Tyranids are deployed. The Space Wolves are hanging out in reserve. I'm sure the Tyranid forces on the surface of the planet are aware that they are engaged in a void combat with some Marines, but they're probably just rampaging through, killing anything in sight, but unaware that the Space Wolves are going to be facing them very shortly. So this is what we have for deployment, and again, because of drop pods, they don't count towards a reinforcement limit. So as long as I have over half of my army in drop pods, which I technically do by a small margin, I think small margin, I can put the other half as like Terminators or Jump Packs, Sky Claws, all that good stuff in there. So I went with a cool, fun list this time here. We'll see if it bites me in the butt. There's a good chance this kind of deployment and list will kind of just kick you in the butt if you don't get good turn priority and things like that. Like hypothetically, Michael could go first and just like run forward with everything and force me to deploy back here. I'm well aware of that. That's just the nature of the game sometimes if you're looking to goof around. The whole goal is to fight back from that adversity. Now we have Gene Stealers forward deploying. We have Warriors, Termagants with the Turfagon. We got the Biovores in the back, Zoanthropes in the middle. We have our Tyrant Guard with the Hive Tyrant, Carnifex. This is the Tyrannifex with the nasty gun there. It's got the multiple shotgun. And those are Hormagaunts. And then we have forward deployed Gene Stealers over here. And then a Broodlord hanging out back here to protect this area, because drop pods could show up turn one in the enemy deployment zone, and then it could be like long fangs coming out, guns a-blazing, and all that good fun stuff. Now, a couple of things to note for this game. Obviously, we're going to do whoever wins the roll-off will go first with the match play rules, and we're also using the Nephilim War Pack for command points and stratagems. So it costs a command point to bring your first relic and warlord trait, and then anything you do after that is just the normal command point cost for said things. We only start with 6, but we're going to gain 1 every player command phase. So with that, we're ready to start. We're going to go ahead and roll off to see who must go first in this game, and that should make things interesting. Typically you want to go second, but I think this case I would like to go first to be able to get my drop pods further up and then get into a secure position. So we're going to roll a 2. A pizza 1 though, okay. Sure. It has to be Space Wolves turn 1, and they're going to come down and try and put some hurt on the Tyranids and see what we can accomplish with that. I don't want to bring everything down right away because I want a lot of my stuff to show up in the tactical doctrine and support the Terminators, who must wait till at least turn 2 to show up. I want to take a look at the little Bandual War Games console here to explain how this is going to work. I have 2 warlord traits and a relic, so I'm down to 3, whereas Michael has an assortment of relics and warlord traits and adaptive physiologies and all that stuff, so he's down to 1 command point from 6. Because it's my turn, we're both going to go up to 4. Well, I'm going to go up to 4, and then Michael's going to go up to 2. And then these D10s are going to track our primaries, so it'll be the 10s and the singles, the 10s and the 1s. I actually can't remember what that category is called anymore, but you know what? That's what happens when you get older, I guess. So we have our D10s to track that up to 45 points. We're going to track our secondaries on the side. So we're going to go ahead and draw those now. So here it looks like I'm going to draw up a tempting target, hold the line, and secure no man's land. Now, hold the line will be the most difficult one here because Michael can just go next, and if his units are, if I don't kill the Gene Stealers off, or if I don't kill all the Hormagaunts off, his units are fast enough to deny me that. So I think I'm going to hold on to it now because I don't have my forces on the table, so I can't reliably do too many secondaries, and I'll save myself the command point, I believe. So I'll keep all 3. All right, so Michael, out of the 3 objectives in the middle, which one do you want to be the tempting target? Which one am I going for here?
We take that one.
Ooh, over here by the Gene Stealers?
Yeah.
All right. So with tempting target and secure no man's land, I have to control 2 of the objectives in no man's land. This one could be doable. I'd have to make a charge though, I think. I'll have to do the math on it. Whereas this one, I'll have to definitely make a charge to get this. So if I can look at the math on this one and grab this one right away, though whatever I grab it with is dead. If I can make a charge through the difficult terrain and get that objective, that'd be great too. But we're wolves. We have keen senses, so that should help us out here. The other thing to note is we're playing for terrain purposes. These are just obstacles. They block line of sight, true line of sight, all that stuff. They get cover on them, behind them. It won't be exposed. And then these Ichor pools, or whatever you want to call them, spawning pools, they are going to be craters. Everything, all the rules for craters. And then these are just going to be obstacles, and that's kind of it. Like we just have a lot of craters and obstacles on this table. These are going to play as obscuring though, because you can kind of see through them. I'll make it so it's not worth taking shots if you're on the other side of it, but you'll get cover if you're on it. Kind of like a ruin almost.
For battle round 1, I'm choosing Searching Vitality as my synaptic imperative.
That's from the Turvagon here, which will give units additional movement until the next battle round. And then looking at my side of the battlefield, I don't really have anything to do in the command phase other than gain my command points. So we're going to go right on the movement, and we're going to go right to the reinforcement step of the movement phase. Oh, let's start some draw pod assaulting. I think I might actually show up with a lot of my draw pods right away. So the first one, and then we'll have the las cannon long things come. We're shambling. I guess Marines don't really shamble. They come pouring out of this draw pod. And then from those long fangs, boom, blood claws. And boom, blood claws coming out. Now I should also clarify that I'm going to be playing all the draw pods as if the doors were like closed, because you have to dictate doors open, doors closed. They're complicated because of the rules of the edition. But I'm going to be opening the doors for the thematic look of it for the game here. So that means you can technically walk on the doors because they're not there. If you declare doors down, you have to measure everything from the edges of the doors, and you're not allowed to stack your models on top of each other, so you can't stand on the doors either. So in this case, we're counting all draw pods doors up and measuring just from the wings here, the fins of the draw pod, but doors down for the thematic look, which I'm sure everyone really appreciates. So 9 away there, 9 away here, 9 away over there, and then I got more stuff to bring in. Multi-melted long fangs, and there they disembark. We utilize some of the craters here, and we got multi-meltas up on the Tyrant guard there, who are going to be a pain in my eye butt, because we gotta go for the middle here, and whatever I put in the middle there is kind of a throwaway unit. But if I get the middle one and I make one of these charges, then we're in a good spot secondary wise. And then one more for good measure. I'm going to keep one of the draw pods in reserve, but this one here is going to be Grey Hunters popping up around here. Got to keep that more than 9 away from the Hive Guard. Tyrant Guard, the Hive Guard are the shooty ones. Boom, so they pop out, the Grey Hunters, pack leader over there, and then this squad's got their pack leader there, no helmets on them. Those are just chainsword pack leaders for the Grey Hunters. And we have the melta guns trained on the Hive Guard, Tyrant Guard, and we have some bolt guns trained on the Termagants over there. Okay, I think that's all I'm actually going to bring in. I want to keep one of my draw pods with Grey Hunters in reserve because I don't know what secondaries are going to pop up. And then I am going to keep my Terminators and Chaplain and Wolf Priest and Wolf Lord in reserve as well. I was thinking about putting some Grey Hunters over here to shoot at these guys though. That's not a bad idea. I'm still on the fence about that. trying to find a spot for them. I could go right here, but then I don't have room to deploy both units of the Grey Hunters because this is like the 9. I could go like over here-ish, but then I'm in a bad spot for that, and the Grey Hunters could, because this is obscuring, I wouldn't be able to see them. So it's interesting. So I'm going to hold it back. I got nothing. The Grey Hunter is going to hold off, and then I'll just deal with that later. I have absolutely no psychic phase, so we're going to go right on to shooting. In the shooting phase, we're going to spend a command point for these guys here. It's called Keen Senses, so they ignore any ballistic skill modifiers, charge roll modifiers, and I think weapon skill modifiers, as their senses are too keen, I suppose. But before we do that, we do have warp lightning storms to resolve. So you have to roll a d6 for every unit near an objective. On a 1, they'll suffer a mortal wound. So I'll let you go ahead and roll them up, Michael, because I've been spending too much time deploying here. So for them, on a 1, they suffer a mortal wound. Nope, they're okay. And then roll for, over here, those guys, the Gaunts. Okay, they take a mortal wound. Okay. Warp a little bit of a zap there. The Tervagon is okay. And then the Biovores, oh, they take a mortal wound. And that should be it for your stuff. Go ahead and roll for my Grey Hunters over here on a 1. No, they're okay. And I think that's everything within 3. That's the only unit I put there. And then my drop pod over here is the only thing I have. No, drop pod's fine. Okay, cool. That's that. And then now we'll go on to shooting. And then I'll use Keen Senses. Now I would typically use Keen Senses on like the Multi-Melta or the las cannons there, but I need that charge to kind of happen for victory points. So we're going to start with some, we'll do bolt pistols here first. We got 5 bolt pistols firing into the Termagants. I can't afford to shoot them with anything, or else I will suffer extreme repercussions by failing my charge. It's already difficult enough. So 5 bolt pistols hitting on 3s as they show up. One miss there, and these are 3s to wound bugs. We have 2 wounds so far, and no AP on that. So they're 5 up or 6 up. I'm not
5
sure.
up.
They got changed 5 up. Nice. Oh, nice. Look at that. The chitin. And next we'll have the drop pod Stormbolt. All the drop pods have Stormbolters, by the way, if anyone's curious. Stormbolter from this drop pod firing into them. That's it's rapid fire range. We got 4 shots hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. 1 wound. Die bugs. 5 up, no AP. We kill 1. Yeah. We get 1 bug. Boop. And then we're going to move on to the Long Fangs over here. We're going to do all of their shots, the multi-meltas included, as well as the 1 bolt gun over here into the Tyrant Guard. We'll start with the multi-meltas. We hit on 4s because we moved. I don't want to see 3s. Oh, there's 2 misses. Ooh, that's a... Oh, no! 4 1s. Oh, well. And then we wound on 3s. That's a pair of wounds. These are AP 5. The Devastator Doctrine. They've done this song and dance before. So the first one will be 2 damage. How many wounds do they have?
4.
4. And the second one will be 4 damage. So we kill 1. 1 gets multi-melted. And then we're going to go ahead and fire the bolt gun, which is just 1 shot. Hit. No wound. And then we're going to use our little baby to shoot again. One of the multi-meltas will fire again. Load up that multi-melta. Let's try that again on 4s. Ooh, 3s. Oh, 2 more, no saves. So first one. Ooh, 6 damage, 5 damage. Oh, I'm sorry. That was really lucky of me. So we take out the Tyrant Guard with the multi-meltas. That's a victory point. Ooh. I know that one guy with the baby loading up the gun is like, do better. All right, he just outschooled all those Long Fangs. And then we're going to move on to these Long Fangs, who don't really have too much of a choice. We're going to try and start putting some damage on the Tervagon there. But one of the upgrades that Michael has in his list, it's, I can't do, what is it called?
Damic Symbiosis.
All right, that's one of the adaptive physiologies, I believe.
Yes.
So it's a 4+ invulnerable save on them. So these are not going to be overly effective, but we're going to try our best because these are AP 4. And I could go for the Karn effects, but he's a bigger threat right now. Start putting pressure on him might matter. 4s to hit because we moved. 3s to wound because of strength 9. Oh, they whiffed it. That's okay. I think I want to keep the baby though. Do I use it here? Nah, it's not really worth it right now. I gotta apply bigger damage later on. We have the bolt gun though. We have 2 bolt guns in there because the pack leader, or the Wolf Guard, has a bolt gun, so it's 2 more shots. The bolt guns are going to the Hormagaunts though. I guess I should have said that, but it's kind of, no wounds there. That's what I get for not declaring it. And then, okay, we're done with the heavy hitters. We did good though. We got one of the threat units down. Fire some complementary Stormbolters. We're gonna do these 2 Stormbolters in the drop pods firing into the Termagants over there. Neither of them are in rapid fire range, so we hit on 3s and wound on 3s. 2 wounding hits and 5 ups. Oh, I killed 2 more Termagants. Boom. And then we have this one, who I already fired. This drop pod, Hormagaunts. Hit once, no wound. And if I fired him already, I apologize. I couldn't, I for some reason drew a blank. I'm like, I don't think I fired this thing yet. So they've all fired, that one's fired. No, this one hasn't fired yet. It's gonna put, no, it did fire, it did fire. The last thing to fire are the Grey Hunters here in the middle. Now we have this Grey Hunter squad will go. The Meltagun is in range to fire at, because I got lucky, I took out all the Tyrant Guard. We're gonna put the Meltagun into the Hive Tyrant. All the bolt guns are gonna go to the Termagants over there, because I can't really see the Hormagaunts. The Melta, however, misses, okay.
That's the other squad.
So those 3 are rapid firing, plus his 1 shot. 3s to hit, and 3s to wound. We have 4 wounding hits. That was in the Termagants there, no AP. So 5 ups. Oh, got 4 of them. Boom, boom, and boom. The second squad of Grey Hunters will fire everything into the Termagants as well. And unfortunately, we have to put the Meltagun into them too. So Meltagun. You know what? It missed. Didn't matter what he went into. And none of the bolt guns are rapid firing, so single shots. Boom. And 2 more wounds. And 5s. You save neither. 2 more Gaunts get gunned down, and that is it. That's all I got for shooting. Boom. Not a bad turn, though. I got really lucky on the Tyrant Guard. Now we're on to charging. We're on to charging. So, these guys have keen senses. They're going to declare a charge against the Gene Stealers. Now, normally there's a -2 because of the terrain, but we ignore that with keen senses. We need to make this charge. Oh, an 8! You jerk dice. I'll command point it because it's worth a secondary. Oh, they make it. They go total of 10. All right, so they charge in, and I'm going to attempt a charge with those Blood Claws, because the Blood Claws are frothing at the mouth to get some action and prove themselves, are going to charge into the entire enemy army. They're going to go for the Termagants there. Would you like to Overwatch or anything like that, or just take the charge?
Take the charge.
It's just a 9, no reroll. How about a 12? How about Taco Cats for days? All right, well, they're in it to win it. That's all I've got for charging now, so we're going to go right onto this fight with these Blood Claws, fighting into the Gene Stealers. All right, so Blood Claws have a rule called Berserk Charge. Yeah. Boom. So if they have 1 attack, they get 1 for Berserk Charge, they get 1 for Shock Assault, and they get 1 for a Chainsword. So they're 4 attacks each. And there are 4 of them with Chainswords, so I'll do them first. If anyone's curious, there is a rule for Blood Claws. If they don't have Wolf Guard, they have a rule called Headstrong. They always, if they charge, they always have to charge the nearest eligible target, in addition to whatever targets they might be charging. In this case, those Gaunts were 9 inches away, as were those Gene Stealers, so it was equidistant, so that was a legal charge for them. These are the Blood Claws attacking the Gene Stealer cult. We're Space Wolves. Not the Gene Stealer cult, sorry, the Gene Stealers. We hit on 2s, because we're wolves, and we charged. That's a 1. I had 1 miss. Forced to wound with the Chainsword. We wound 5, 7 times. Gene Stealers have a 4+ invulnerable save in melee, because they have essentially lightning fast reflexes, and you're not going to make, oh, you make 1. You make 1, nice. So the Gene Stealers aren't that fast for the Blood Claws, unfortunately. They get cut up by Chainswords. Yikes. And then for consolidation, I don't know. They're just gonna move a little bit, I guess. Hey, oh, look at me go. And then lastly, we have the Blood Claws attacking the Termagants over here. Unless you would like to spend 2 command points for counteroffensive?
No.
No, not thinking that. Okay, that's fair. 2s with Chainswords, because they charged, 16 hits. 3s to wound, and we fail. Okay, there we go. We got some fails in there. 4, 8, 9 wounds at -1. 6 up saves. All right, 2 fails, so 7 die. Oh, up to you. They're all fearless, so they don't have to worry about morale. But I guess we're just trying to cut down a massive squad of bugs, which we're gonna get 2d6 back, plus maybe some. The pack leader has a power fist, so he's got 2 attacks base, Berserk Charge, Shock Assault. These hit on 3s. Because it's a power fist. Oh, if I was in the assault doctrine, though, that would have been nice. That would have been 6 hits. 2s. I kill 3 of them. Unless they have an invul. I don't think they do, right? No, so 3 get punched. Crush, crush, crush. And that's all I got. You get to retaliate with the Termagants now. Hitting on 4s with their little talons and gun butts. Hey, nice. 1 miss. 5s to wound. And no AP, I assume?
No, just
3 up save for power armor. We're okay. That is turn 1 complete. I would like to say that went really well. That was
quite good.
That was quite good. Literally everything worked. By minus some damage on the Hormagaunts. But no morale, because Tyranids, near Synapse, they don't need to worry about it. Granted, everything, like, the Wolves need to calm the heck down. They showed up, they did really, really well, but they're about to get punished super hard. I'm about to lose them, probably going to lose them. Heck, I don't know, maybe I'll lose them for some reason too. These guys are going to have a lot of pressure on them. I'm about to get hit back equally as hard, but I could lose now. I want to say that I think the space will showed up. Really cool things just happened, and I'm about to take a licking back. Now for secondaries, I do complete Tempting Target. That's the one that Michael wanted me to go for. And then I do secure No Man's Land because I was able to get the 2 middle objectives. However, Hold My Ground is probably going to be easily denied because all Michael has to do is just have them go bloop, or heck, even charge. Just ending up right about here denies me that. So I think I'm just going to get rid of it. Ha ha ha. RTFC, Luka. I should probably read the second paragraph there. In fact, I knew that this was a... you can't score this one in the first battle round, so I would have had to draw a second one. I'm just hoping for Lady Luck now. Blood and Guts. Okay, I can't achieve that now, but I have to kill 3 units in melee. I've killed 1 for Blood and Guts. And that will conclude my turn. I should note, because of the primary objective, Vital Ground, the objectives don't count until the second battle round, but I did kill Gene Stealers, and I killed Tyrant Guards. That's 2 victory points. And that is it. Now we're going to go on to turn 1 for the Tyranids. So turn 1 for the Tyranids, I'm at 10 points in secondaries. We were about to draw their secondaries up. I got 2 on the primary. 33 command points. I had to blow a few on my last turn there to make things get in motion. And let's see what the Tyranids draw.
So I've drawn Secure No Man's Land, Deploy Teleport Homer, and Raise Banner. I will get rid of Deploy Teleport Homer for a command point because I can't get into the deployment zone.
Yeah, it'll be a rather difficult one to do. And instead of Deploy Teleport Homer, we're going to be getting Grind Them Down?
Yeah.
This one's random. Hard to determine if it's good or not. The turn will determine that itself. Secure No Man's Land, I had that myself, so if I could do it, I mean, you should very well easily be able to do it, and Raise Banners will be easy as well. So these are all very achievable in this first turn. I will bring Michael down to 2 command points, though.
So Hive Tyrant will hand out reroll 1s to hit to the Hormagaunts.
Alrighty.
So Terragon will hand out Direct Guidance to the Warriors. That's +1 to hit.
And that's from one of the Warlord traits that Michael has in his force. That's on the Turbigon there. And then if anyone's curious, the Hive Tyrant has the 5+ to ignore wounds and mortal wounds. Adaptive biology is a little more durable. And there's another one over here, Warlord trait, Alien Cunning on the Broodlord. Let's not forget there's a Broodlord back there, which is also a threat.
So, and also the Terragon will hand out his +1 to hit to this Termagant unit.
Alrighty. He's going to try and heal up that unit there. This is a ability Turbogons do in the command phase. You get back 2d6. Gaunts. 7. That's average.
So for 1 command point, I will do Endless Swarm, another 3 + D3 Termagants.
Alright, so we're going to get back 6 more. So not bad. I got 13 back this turn. But the command point brings back the extra 6. Excellent. One last thing from the Broodlord. What's he doing?
He has a Vicious Insight and gives the Hormagaunts +1 AP on 6s to wound.
Yes, that is one of a core unit within Synaptic Link, and then boop, they're within 12 if anyone's curious. So they'll get reroll hit rolls 1, and 6s to wound will be AP +1 on whatever AP they have, which is -1 inherently. Now, we actually forgot to talk about your Hive Fleet and what their rules are, because we didn't say what. I forgot to mention what Hive Fleet they are. What it's a custom one. What are we running with?
I'm running with a Reist and Shadow, so no Overwatch.
Okay, fair. That works.
Territorial Instincts. So monsters are objective secured, and if they have 10+ wounds, they count as 5 models.
All right, well that is very relevant for our. That's all 3 of the big guys have more than the Carnifex
Has 9.
Okay, good. So he's just 1 model, but he's still objective secured,
Yes.
which helps with some of the actions in this game. All right, well that's it for the command phase. We're going to go on to movement. So we're going to start movement.
Yeah, starting with the Zone Tropes. Floating nearer
They're gonna
to smite them.
They're gonna ominously hover in this direction.
So next, moving up the Warriors a bit.
Avoiding the crater because we don't want to take the negative. They got a fight over here they want to resolve.
Moving the Termagants slightly up.
Hello.
Hormagaunts will go in the middle.
And they're going to get extra movement because of the adaptive physiology,
Thanks for reminding me.
the synaptic imperative. Yeah, they get extra 2 inches of movement. Do we do that for the Warriors? Do they get the extra move?
No, they can move 2 more.
Okay, then we'll do that after. We'll move them, and then we'll correct their movement, giving them the extra move there. Yeah. That's from the Synaptic Imperative. From the Turvagon. We'll have to pick another one after this round. I suppose we're going to be fighting bugs, eh? That's cool. That's what we're here for. We're smashing bugs. As you can see, the Hormagaunts are bounding into the gap here. We're desperately fighting for the middle. That's 100% your objective now. You just need to get one more objective. Actually, no, you're already going to get that with the Gene Stealers. We're going to correct the movement on the Warriors first, though. They shuffle forward 2 more inches.
With
the Brood Lord.
Do I need to?
He's going to advance and go towards the objective. We'll advance him. He'll go there because the Gene Stealers are going to go there to perform. They're going to raise a banner and claim this area for the Tyranids for the Hive Mind. They're going to move there and they're going to start raising the banner and performing the action for the second area over there. Now we still have to move the 3 monsters here. Advancing the Carnifex, he moves 10 currently plus 6. Okay, well that's not ideal. Well, that's something I got to deal with. Hello. We're going to move forward the Tyrannofex, that's what he's called.
11 inches?
Yeah, he's real fast. Oh man, that guy moves 9,
That's 9 plus 2, yeah. Also blocking off that objective and being in range, I hope.
Oh, for sure, yeah. To hit him with his Tyranid weapon. We're going to move him his 11 up towards the objective because of the extra movement. Oh boy. So we're going to go to the Psyche phase, you have to do the zaps. So on the drop pod, no. And then I have no more over here. Your Turvagon Tyrannofex, no. The Gene Stealers do take a mortal wound. And then the Brood Lord is fine. They get zapped by some warp energies. The Hormagaunts, no. The Hive Tyrant is fine. And then you have just the... Oh, yeah, my guys over... I'll do mine after... Oh, no, I'll do them first, yeah. Those guys there, that's okay. Because I already did my guys over here. And then I got my Blood Claws over here. They are zapped, so I got a mortal wound on them. And then your Turbogants back there are not zapped, so I got to put a wound over there. And the Biovores. Oh, they take a mortal wound. They've already lost 2 wounds. Fascinating. All right, this guy here will be down to a wound. I said I'd rather lose this. No, we'll start losing that guy first. I knocked this thing, it slides a lot. I'm going to open this up with a Smite from the Zoanthropes, which will hit my Blood Claws, who made a desperate charge. That is okay, big Smite. That's perfect. I can't stop that. I mean, I could double 6 it for command point.
It's +3.
Oh, yay!
So it's 14.
All right, roll it up. Is it D6 plus 3 mortal wounds?
Yes.
Okay. Luck to me. How about 8? I'm going to lose 4 on my Blood Claws. Let's go with... Actually, I don't even know what I want to lose, really. Let's lose these guys. Keep the Pack Leader, because he's got higher leadership. That might matter, though I'd rather have Chainswords against the Gaunts.
Catalyst from the Turvagon onto the Termagants, I hope. Yes.
A 6. Ooh. I'm going to try and stop that here and now with... Oh, jeez, I have so many other threats, but if I can keep putting pressure on them, keep their numbers low, that's kind of what I need to do. That way I can start targeting the Turvagon. So I'm going to use my Runic Talisman. It's a Spaceful strat. Any unit within 12 can try to deny. I need to roll the dice, though. So you get no bonuses, right? He's got a 6. I need to show 7 to stop it. I have a 3 and a 4. Okay, well, look at that. We stopped the power. No Catalyst. It does bring me down to 2 command points, though. That's from him. One final hurrah before he goes down. He uses his talismans to stop a psychic power.
So with the Hive Tyrant, I will do the Neuroparasite psychic power, and it will hit the back unit there.
My Grey Hunter's there. I roll it up. It's a 7 cast. All right, good enough. Now he's going to roll 5 dice. For every 5, they'll suffer more wound because it has to exceed their toughness. The parasite has to... We got that marine biology. That does finish off a marine, though. I'd love to keep the Meltagun, but he's in a bad spot. We're still gonna keep him though.
So then we will do a Smite from the Hive Tyrant. Will hit the nearest Grey Hunter.
Need a 6 because the Smite. That's a 6. Good enough. D3 mortal wounds. That's 1. We'll put a wound on him. I'm just gonna wound. I want to wound that guy in the back there, but you know what? I could just put the die there. Huh? I don't think that's gonna work. There. Nice. Smite hits him. Oh, and then we do have a potential onslaught over here from the Brood Lord into the Carnifex. Do you get it? You do with a 9. That'd be pretty hard to stop if I save my Runic Talisman for that. So now he is able to charge, even though he advanced. Now we're on to shooting. Where would you like to start?
Let's start with the action here.
Oh, yes.
Turvagon has Gestation Sacs and can produce a Ripper Swarm unit. It will pop up at the end of the shooting phase. Let's start shooting with the warriors onto them.
My Blood Claws.
Starting with the Death Spitters, hitting on 2 because of direct guidance.
Some ones. Strength 5?
Yes.
3s to wounds. That's 2 wounds. They're AP 2, down to 1 because of contempt, and we're in cover, so 3 up. Well, we're good. The cannons.
Yeah. 2d3.
That's four shots, very average, and they're still hitting on 2s, unless they're heavy.
No.
Nope, all right. Okay, 2 misses, and strength 8.
Yes.
At 2s. AP
-3.
-3 to 2. We're in cover, so it's 4-ups. Oh, we do fail one. That does finish off this Blood Claw.
Let's continue with the Hive Tyrant on the back Grey Hunter unit.
Oh, firing them with the heavy venom cannon, I suppose. All right, now we're firing that bad boy. Is 3d3 shots or is it 3 shots?
3 shots, hitting on 2s.
Oh, they all hit. And I assume wounding on 2s.
Yeah, strength 9.
1 fail.
Just 2.
No cover on them. So with contempt, we save 1 and we lose 1. At this point, I think I'm just going to lose the melt again. The Tyranofex is next.
He will spit at the long fangs back
All
there.
right. So we got both weapons. I assume the spying thing and the big
Also
gun.
that,
Yeah. So big gun first because that's fun.
D6 plus 6.
It'll be 7 automatic hits.
Strength 6.
3s to wound.
Oh, only 4.
-3 AP, so down to -2, and we're in cover. So these are 4-up saves. We make 3 of them. Well, the contempt didn't matter. We would have made them in the cover anyways. So 1 guy dies. Let's lose the bolt gun. Okay, and that's it for... No, we have the
Stinger salvo.
The Stinger salvo as well. That's right.
8 shots.
Boom.
Better.
Not bad. Strength is 6.
5.
5, 3. Enough to wound on 3s at least.
Yeah, 4.
That'd be a 2-up save on them because of contempt and cover. 1 damage. Long Fang Pack Leader will take that wound, and because we still have Wolf Guard in there. Forgot to declare it earlier, but we were going to seed spore mines with the bio boards. It's an action that has to be declared at the start of the shooting phase, and now we're at the end of it, and they get to seed the battlefield with spore mines. Each one puts D3 down.
It's 1 unit.
Oh, 1 unit, gotcha. Yep. Boop. So it's going to be 3, 6, 7 spore mines. All right, we're going to seed this part of the battlefield with spore mines. Now, they can't screen news coming in from reinforcements. However, they can cause me grief with mortal wounds if I'm not careful around them. We can still place them in a position that if I was more than 9 inches away from your back line, I still can't physically land on top of them. So they do act as a screen in that regard. I could show up just like outside of an inch of them, mind you, and then they'd all explode and do a crap ton of mortal wounds. I'd rather not, though. And then also at the end, we spawn Ripper Swarms.
D3 plus 1.
It'll be 4 Ripper Swarm bases. Spawning them, they all have to be within 3, so popping out on that side of the turbo gun there. And now we're on to the charge phase. And then onslaught over here, first charge. I will not overwatch with my Stormbolter.
You cannot.
That's true. That's right, because your adaptations. 4? Does fail. We need a 6 to charge in. Thanks to there's only 1 command point left for Michael and the Tyranids, but if he kills it and then consolidates, he will get onto the objective, and he has obsec because of the adaptations. And I only have the draw pod on the objective here, so even if I had long fangs, the obsec would trump it. I forgot about the onslaught. I'm scared. Oh,
Still fails.
okay. All right, so it eats a command point, and my dumb drop pod lives. Would have 100% done that reroll too. I think that would have been well worth it because that card effect's on this objective with objective secured. I have no threat for it over here. I have to like drop in and try and take him out or last cannon him to death. And then that would have been 5 points for Michael if he lived, and then I'd be 3. Very worth, but I got lucky, like dumb lucky. I can't believe I forgot about the catalyst. Such an important power. Not catalyst, sorry, onslaught. Yeah, I've got to get you. All right, well, surely these units here won't fail charges. I know the Hormigons can't fail. And they're going to, I can't overwatch if I wanted to, so they're going to declare charge, and they're going to go 6 inches. I assume they're just charging the drop pod and them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the drop pod's got the stupid, like, if you're near it, yeah. So they've charged in, and now we have the Hive Tyrant declaring a charge against those Grey Hunters there, because the gap he can't fit through. That's a 10. He's eager to jump into the fray. All right, rip Grey Hunters. Well, they got me points, but I knew they were sacrificial, unfortunately.
Both of them.
Oh, you declare charge of both? Okay, the Warriors.
That's anyway 8.
Yeah.
With a -2, and so...
Same idea, yeah. All right, roll it up, see what you get. And you're going to roll a 4. Okay, well,
Failed.
They're not quite going in, but that's okay. It doesn't really hurt you either. Because you still... The thing was, if they make the charge, you don't zone the back as much from the Terminators, but now you don't make the charge, so that I can't go over there. And if that was open, and the Warriors were in a certain position, I probably would have gone over there to try and get the Warriors, and then to try and take out their Synaptic Imperative thing, and then put pressure on this side. But now I can't. Okay, well, that's it for charging. You get to... Is there anything you have to do at the start of the fight phase? I don't have anything myself.
No.
Okay, well, you pick wherever you want to start.
Let's start with the Hive Tyrant.
Oh, he's going to Reaper of Obliterax these guys. I got no weird rules. He just hit me on 2s. That's a good start. That probably wound me on 2s.
Yeah. Strength 10.
Okay, it's
Let's
3.
reroll that one.
So reroll. Still 3 wounds. AP 4?
AP 4, 3 damage, and 3 additional mortal wounds. Because every wound hits.
Ism. Gotcha. Glorious. I'll have 6-up saves against that. I will make 2 of them. What? And then that means one guy is dead. And then I take 3 mortal wounds, which means another guy is dead. So the wounded guy is dead from the Reaper kills a 1 wound Marine. But of course, the Reaper of Obliterax, every wound is a mortal wound, so you always have to do dice 1 at a time. So I would hypothetically, I have to do a 1 and 3 now to see the order I would have done that in. Is the first save a 6 or a 3? I'll do a D3 on this one, whatever the first save was. So the first save was at 6, so he passes it and then dies to the mortal wound. And then the second save, on a 4-up, it'll be that one. So that's the second save, which kills a guy, and then the unit takes a mortal wound. And then I save it, and then that guy takes a mortal wound. So it just means I have just those 3 models remaining. And then that guy, let's lose the Meltagun, I guess. No, we'll keep that. Lose the bolt gun. The Meltagun could be useful later. They all have chainswords anyways. He's gonna pile in a little bit there. You can't quite get too much further than that because the guy was right there. And the Hormagaunts are gonna go muck up these guys here. And they are rerolling hit rolls of 1, and they are 6s to wound or AP 2. Oh, and Toxin Sacks as well as an upgrade on the unit, which are 6s to hit will automatically wound the target. So we're going to roll up many attacks, but they get to pile in first. And the Hormagaunts have piled in. They're going to put all the attacks in the 3 remaining Grey Hunters out front. So with all 16 of them there, it will be 48 attacks because they get to attack in like essentially a 3rd rank because they have a rule for that. Here's 24 out of the 48 attacks. Hitting on 4s, rolling 1s though from the, there's one more one there. Oh, there's several ones. This is from the Hive Tyrant, I believe. Yes. Yeah. And the 6 is auto wound from the Venom Sacks. 5s to wound normally. 6s will be AP 2. Essentially 6s are AP 1 because of Contempt. So we have 3 saves at AP 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 saves at AP nothing. And the second round, 4s to hit, rerolling 1s. The reroll gets 2 more hits. 3 auto wounds, and then these are going to roll the wound. And 5s. So we have an additional 2 at AP 1. And an additional 3, 6 at AP nothing. So 5 at AP 1 and 10 at AP nothing. I'll do the AP 1s first because there's 4-ups. So that kills 1 of the Marines, and these are 3-ups. Which kills another Marine. And then the Pack Leader will have 1 wound left. Alright, so that means the Pack Leader has a single wound remaining. Just gonna put that wound up there for now, just to remember that. That's it for your charges. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Punchy Fist Man. See if he can take out a few more Termagants before he goes down. Only 2 attacks on that Bloodclaw Pack Leader on 4s. Oh, that's I miss. And they pile in. They also get the extra rank of attacking. And they're +1 to hit for the. I think they were +1 to hit. Oh no, they get an aura +1 to hit for Gantz. That's right. But the Turbine gives a +1 to hit.
It's not an aura. It's also a command phase ability, but especially to Termagant units.
Right. Gotcha. Fair. So 3s and 5s. Can they take out the Pack Leader? Well, that's enough wounds to do so. 3s. He's got a wound. They're not ready to quite go down without a fight.
But also good.
Yeah, look at him. He's ready to go.
Because
I can wrap around him. Boo. Boo. Oh, well.
Just that you can't shoot them.
All right, that's it for there. I have... I did not want a Hero Queen Beat anywhere, by the way, folks, if you're curious. This Grey Hunter Pack Leader will swing. 4 attacks, Shock Assault and Chainsword. 2s and 3s. 4 at -1. 6 ups. That is 3 dead Hormagaunts. 1, 2, and a 3. And he's gonna have to fight to the bitter end there. All right, not bad, not bad. That will conclude melee and the fighting. So we're on to morale. Where do you have any? Does he reduce leadership at all? I know like Shadow of the Warp might do that for Psychers, but does it reduce my leaderships at all? It's a stratagem to do so. So I will. You don't have to do any. Your Tyranids. I have to do one over there. That one guy, he's leaving, and then that Bloodclaw Pack Leader is not leaving. He's in fact very much staying. So bye bye. I would love for that guy to stick around and fight longer, but that is not his fate. Okay, well there we go. That is it for that. Now looking at scoring, you raised the banners and you secured No Man's Land, so that's 2 of your secondaries complete. The third one was grind them down. So you're trying to keep a tally of all the units of mine that you've killed. You killed the Grey Hunters there, and that was it. So you killed 1 unit. So for me to stop you from achieving that, I have to kill at least 1 unit as well. Which might be easy. I got some pretty heavy weapons back here, but you know, it's easier said than done in a lot of cases. I'm just going to look at scoring the primary objective first before looking at the little score sheet. We have 3 points for controlling our own objective and 4 points for controlling an objective in the middle. That'll give us 7. Now taking a look at this, we both have 2 secondaries achieved, and it's 9 primary to 1 because Michael killed the Grey Hunter unit, and 3 to 1 command point. Now for Blood and Guts, I have a tally of 1 on this, so if I can kill 2 units in melee this turn, I'll achieve it. That's maybe easy enough, depends on how well my charging goes with my reinforcements. Defending Stronghold, I have to keep my objective until the end of Michael's next turn, all doable, and then finally hold the line, which I had last time, so this one will not be happening, but I'll be getting rid of it at the end of my turn. I would like to pitch it now with a command point, but I believe I'll need all my command points this turn, so can't afford to get rid of any of these. Otherwise, in the command phase, I don't believe I'll be doing anything else. We can go right on to movement. This guy needs to die. So we have last cannons here. I also need to take care of the Reaper of Obliterax wielding Hive Tyrant here. I can't do much about the Hormagaunts, because they're tied up with the drop pod. That's obviously one of the biggest downsides to the drop pods, is that people can use them to hide in melee. I've done that to Steve in the past. But now, luckily, the drop pod can at least shoot its Stormbolter if it help out clear out Gribbly, so like little things can't hold it as effectively. We're also in the tactical doctrine now, and I need to figure out what to do about like all of this nonsense over here. On top of all that, Michael needs to choose an imperative. I assume we're going to go invulnerable save.
No.
No! What are we thinking?
I'm thinking Relentless Ferocity.
Who does this one? Is that
the Hive Tyrant? I can fall back and charge.
Oh, on this whole battle round. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So if I tie you up, it doesn't actually tie you up. Can you fall back, shoot, and charge, or just fall back and charge?
No, only charge.
Okay, well, still fall back and charge is good, though. Nice, good to know. Then I will be going on to my movement. I'm probably going to keep all these guys still. Keep them... I'm probably going to reposition them just outside of the Hive Tyrant range there, because the Hive Tyrant is... did I lose my Meltagun? Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to pile into him. Because I don't want the Hive Tyrant consolidating into them. I need to make somewhat of a line here, I suppose, in case he doesn't die. I guess the Psychic Barrier doesn't make sense right now, because I would have loved to shoot up the Termagants, but they're tied up in combat with Bloodclaw. He's being a dummy, so I can't actually shoot them. And then everything else has an invulnerable save except for that guy. So, okay, I guess it makes sense not to use it. I will... So they're staying still, the drop pods have to stay still. They also don't have any attacks, so if anyone's curious, why didn't you attack? Well, I can't. We are going to keep all of this where it is. I'm probably going to keep these guys on this objective, just to some degree, and we're actually going to move them back a little bit, even though it's not really the Bloodclaw way. They don't need to charge, but if they do charge, they have to charge the nearest. Like, I'm tempted to go and try and muck them up a little bit, and then just deep strike there with like something like Terminators or something kind of thick. It sounds kind of fun. I may do that. They're Bloodclaws after all. I love them. And then Michael is kind enough to point something out. He could Hero Clean Ravine into the drop pod, so these guys are going to have to fall back even further so that you can't Hero Clean Ravine into them and then fight them by going into the drop pod, per se. So they're going to screen for back here-ish, so that if Hero Clean Ravine into the drop pod, you kill it, then piling into them, you can't fight again. You have to kill them on the next turn. But that should be still kind of effective-ish. These guys are... We're going to put them down. They're going to put them down now. I don't have to worry about it. But just in case. Yeah, it's going to move that direction. I believe that brings it to the end of the movement phase. Well, the reinforcement step of the movement phase. I'm just going to take me a hot minute here to figure out what I actually want to do. I think I've made my decision. It took a while, and I don't know if they're the right choice, but it's the choice I'm going to go with. Wolfguard Terminators, Stormbolters, and Powerfish show up over here. And then one more drop pod comes in to support this part of the battlefield. Well, technically, more back here. All right, there we are. Boom, boom. Drop pods there. I kind of cheated with the drop pod a little bit, realizing I thought it was a disembark and move like a regular transport, but because it shows up in the reinforcement step, they immediately disembark, but they're not allowed to move because it's technically not the move phase. So they have to disembark wholly within 3 of the drop pod. They don't get the 6-inch move afterwards. Because I thought it was disembark, move 6, but still stay more than 9 away from the enemy. You can never get closer than 9, which means I messed up my deployment a little bit with like these guys, all it would have meant is I would have had to put the drop pod like closer this way or closer this way, or they would have been tighter that way. It wouldn't change much. It would just change their position up a little bit. So I won't bother worrying about it too much because it shouldn't change anything really. And lastly, to support this part of the battlefield, this is more of a gamble. If this doesn't work out, I'm in a real bad spot. That's kind of the whole idea of the list, I suppose. The Wolf Priest and the Wolf Lord show up here with the Wolf Guard as their honor guard to try and push against the tide of monsters in this direction. Is the 4+ invulnerable save against melee and shooting, or just shooting?
Both.
Both. All right, that's not ideal, but we'll try and make it work all the same. Okay, that is it. We're on to the psychic phase because we got to resolve this nonsense. See this happening on the drop pod. No, what did they get hit by? They got the Stinger Salvo. And then we'll move on to that one. We have your Tyranids. Nope. The Gene Stealers. Nope. And the Broodlord. All okay. Moving on to this middle objective, we have your Hormagaunts, and the Hive Tyrant, 6/6. They're okay. Moving over to here, we got my Terminators who just showed up. They're good. They dodged the storm. And then your Gaunts back there. And then the Ripper Swarm. And I don't think the Biowars are probably close enough. They're okay as well. That's it. All right. No damage from the Warp Lightning Storm this turn. Now we're on to the shooting phase. We're going to keep the shooting nice and simple. We're going to go, because these guys had to disembark over here, we're going to go ahead and put all the bolt guns into the spores. We'll start with the bolt guns into the spores. It's going to be 10 shots, I suppose. Sorry, scratch that. 8 shots in a melta gun into the spores. They hit on 3s and wound on your toughness 3, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so we have 3 dead because of AP1. 3 of them get popped. These wolves have dealt with these before. They know what to expect. Then the mighty melta gun hits, kills on a 2, pop. And then we'll have the Stormbolter from the drop pod fire at them as well, which is rapid firing. 1 hit, kills 1. Everything's got AP1 now. Okay, we shot some spore mines. We didn't clear them out, but there's 5 less of them now. Mosey on over to this Grey Hunter pack. We're going to put all their bolters into the Gene Stealers, and because he's the closest target, we're going to put the melta gun into his butt. We'll start with the melta gun. It hits, it wounds, and you have lightning fast reflexes. Can you dodge the melta shot? No, it's only D6 damage. I assume you don't really care to reroll, unless you do. No? It does 1 damage. Nice. I will not be using my reroll there. I don't care. If I did no damage to him, I would be equally as happy. And we have 8 bolt gun shots into the Gene Stealer. 3s to hit him. And these are going to be 4s to wound them. And they have 2 5-up invulnerable saves. And they make double ones. 2 of them get gunned down by bolt guns. Pop, pop. Over to here, the only shooting attack we have is on the Chaplain, and he's going to put those shots into, I guess, the Carnifex. No, the view. I'm gambling the fact that he's going to die, so let's try and do a damage to that guy. Haha! We hit, he doesn't get to reroll, and we wound 1 time. AP 1! Because it's tactical. Aha! I don't think he's got 1 up, right?
No.
We did the damage! 16 remaining wounds. We're going to put the Stormbolter, which is not rapid firing, into him. It would be 3s to hit and a 6 to wound. No, not even close. I'm going to come back to you guys, because I have better plans for you. You have no choice. You have to fire your Stormbolter into the Gaunts, so I will. 3s to hit, because it's a rapid fire weapon. 3s to kill. Not 3s to kill, but 3s to wound. 3 wounds at -1. Because of tacticals. 6 up save. 2 of them get gunned down. Pop, pop. Look at the drop pod defend itself. Automated Stormbolter system. And we're going to move on to the Blood Claw, who doesn't have it. He's going to pull out his bolt pistol and try and blow a Termagant away. He hits, and he wounds. No AP. No. Oh, he does. He gets 1. Cool. Nice. These guys are going to put their bolt pistols into the Tyranid Warriors, because why the heck not? I don't even know if they can all see, really. Not really. I'd say only 3 of them can see. I'll just re-roll it. Only 3 of them can see. Still, same amount of hits. Good. And then T4, they're 5 now, eh?
5, yes.
Yeah. All right, so that leaves us with a few not real options. 2 Stormbolter shots into the Tyranid Warriors because it's got no other target. Pair of hits, 1 wound at AP1. Tyranid Warrior save, 1 damage. Down to 2 wounds on the back warrior. Next we'll have the Terminators fire everything into them as well. I need to save the command points, so Fury the First I will not be using. 3 stay with the Stormbolters. It would have gave me 3 more hits, but would those 3 hits have even wounded? Let's see, hypotheticals. 1, not worth the command point. 5s to wound. Okay, that's 6 wounds. -1.
Ooh.
Are they 3 up now or 4 up still?
4 up.
They're still 4 up?
So I missed all of them. Failed all of them.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. 3 of them, so 2 of them die, and then 1's down to 2 wounds. Then we have the assault cannon. Forced to hit with the assault cannon because it moved. Oh, we got a hit. You know what? He's not really trained with it. It's his first time using it. It wounds at -1. No, you're good. And then for other shots, they have their bolt guns, which can only really go into the Hive Tyrant. We're going to save their shots. I never know what they're going to end up doing. Okay, so we are on to the big guys here. So we're going to put all of this whole unit is going to fire into the Hive Tyrant. Is he tough to save without wings?
8, yes.
And the zone throws are T5. Yeah, we'll go into the Hive Tyrant. Let's try it out. So we got the multi-meltas. It's going to be tough to get through him here, but we got to do something. Or at least weaken him to some degree. 3s to hit him. Got a pair of misses. And then these are 4s to wound. 2 wounding hits, and you have invulnerable saves. Okay, fail 1, make 1. By the way, none of them are in melt range. So D6 damage, 3 damage, and we ignore them on 5s. And, 1! Down to 11 wounds, and then we got the bolt gun and the bolt pistol. Bolt pistol hits. Does not wound, and the bolt gun I have to do separately because that's AP. Hit. Nope. The wolf guard just has lightning claws. We are gonna go. He's got 10 wounds, 11 wounds left, or 10 wounds left.
11.
11. Sorry, yeah. Bolt guns. It's tempting to do some chip damage to him, but I'd love to kill his zone thrope in the back as well. So we're gonna put the bolt gun shots. But they moved. We'll go into the Hive Tyrant. I think these shots don't really matter where I put them. So do some shoots. See what we get. We need 6s to hurt him. I would have hurt the zone thropes twice, but 1 damage. Yeah, no big deal. No damage to him. And lastly, we have the las cannon squad over here. Very interesting. We're gonna put all the las cannons down at the Tyrannifex because like the line of sight on him's not super great. Like maybe 2 or 3 of them can see, and I don't like the inconsistencies there. So everything down the table at the Tyrannifex. Start with the big guns. Okay, a couple hits. I got a wound. Invulnerable save.
4 up.
Ooh, would you like to reroll? It's D6 damage.
No.
It'll be 3. I'm down to 13. I'll use the baby. I'll fire 1 more las cannon because before they die, essentially. Hit. Come on, die. Hey, it's a wound. The 4 from vulnerable save. Passing. Nice. I have a couple bolt guns as well. 1 bolt gun. 1 hit. No wound. That's it for charging. I don't think I killed anything, but I heard a few things here and there. I didn't do actually a lot of damage at all, but that's okay. So we're going to go on to the charge phase. I'm going to use 2 of my 3 command points on commanding oratory for the wolf priest here. He's going to chant the Litany of Hate, which is a 6-inch aura for core and characters to get +2 to charge rolls. Now, this doesn't stack with other abilities that give you pluses to charge. That's what the Wolf Lord has. He has a built-in +1 to advance and charge rolls, so he'll only get +2. But I should still help out most of this. These will all be 7-inch charges and the card effects to try and put him down and then get into an aggressive position. And then if the Warlord makes a charge, he unlocks an aura that core around him get to advance and charge. So it should make that a fast-ish unit. Sorry, that litany is called Canticle of Hate, and it also, if I said anything else, and it also increases the consolidation and pylon moves by 3, which also don't stack with other rules. So we are gonna go ahead and start charging. Let's do some fun ones over here that don't really matter. Blood Claws charging Termagants. We get -2 to this roll, so they go 3 inches. There you go, they're just gonna go ahead and move up. And then we're gonna move on to some of these charges over here. I'm going to try this charge. It's a 9-inch charge into the Broodlord. Nope, that's a fail. I'm not going to reroll that. Let's go. The Wolf Lord will lead the charge. He needs a 7. Oh, he technically rolls an 11. He's not going to do anything fancy. He just leads the charge. Next, the Chaplain will go. He does get a 7 because that turns into a 9. So he just goes.
But you now blocked him.
Chaplain, well, Wolf Priest will go there, and then the Wolf Guard. Do they leave the characters behind? They do, but I'm going to try to re-roll it. They fail. So sad. So sad. I was trying to be cool and go with the characters. Oh well, they tried. That's what I saved the command point for, and it failed me. I mean, to be fair, you failed yours as well. So now it's a little inconsistent if I'll kill him, but we're going to try all the same. There should be no interrupting. So at the end of this phase, core and stuff can now run, advance, and charge. So the wolf card can at least keep up with him a little bit. We're going to have to see how this goes, though. And we're going to fight with the Wolf Lord to see what he can do first. Got 4 attacks normally, 1 for each Frost Claw, and then he gets an extra D3 attacks for the Saga of the Wolfkin for Shock Assault instead of the regular one. So these are the attacks we have. These hit on 2s. Okay, they all hit. 6s don't matter yet. And your toughness 7?
Yeah.
So these are 5s to wound, re-rolling. Now, unfortunately for this Wolf Lord, these are 2 damage each, but the Carnifex does not care about that. So that's 6 saves on the Carnifex at, I believe, -2. Now he's got the Armored Exoskeleton and the Adaptive Strategy that reduces anytime an attack is allocated or a wound is allocated to this model with a damage characteristic of 1, you increase his save by 1, and then he's got, every time an attack is allocated to him, if it's reduce the damage by 1, so they both kind of happen at the same time. Pretty sure, because it's my turn, I choose the order it happens in, but that's like a weird gimmicky thing here. So I'll just say it's kind of like a cool combo in this case that these are only, you effectively have a 1-up save against these attacks, and they're AP2, so these are 3-ups. So 3-up saves.
6?
Yeah, 6 of them. Just don't roll 3s and it won't matter. Look, it didn't matter. So he takes 4 damage though. That's pretty good. I didn't expect to do any damage there. Or maybe 1. And now the Wolf Priest with his Crozius on 2s. Uh-oh. Well, he was already not going to do a good job. No wounds there at all. Okay, so it's got to go wrong somewhere. And the Blood Claws over here. I'm not going to bother piling in. We're kind of happy where we are. We have 4 Chain Swords and a Power Fist. All love the Chain Swords. 2s. No re-rolling. And boom, 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 boom. There we go. Right? Yes. 10 6+ saves. So that's 7 die. So 7 get carved up by Chain Swords. These Blood Claws are just having a heyday over here. And 4 attacks from the Power Fist on 3s. And 2s to crush skulls. We kill 4. So another 4 die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Alright. Unfortunately for me, I know even if I charged these guys in first, they would have rolled the 3 into the 5 and then the characters would have made it in. Oh well. Okay, where would you like to fight?
Let's do first the more inconsequential one.
Oh, okay, fair. They get to pile in and swing. So they've all piled in. They're all relatively good to swing because of the 2.5-inch reach. How do you want to? Do you want to just take that guy out?
Yeah.
Yeah, take him out. That makes most sense. They got +1 to hit still. A few misses. And 5s. Ooh. 3 saves. He should be dead. Oh, he's dead. It helps with grind them down. I didn't get to kill anything this turn, so grind them down you were probably going to get, but that solidifies it. Right, we're going to, the Carnifex is going to retaliate against the Wolf Priest, trying to take him out completely. We have 4 attacks with the Crushing Claws. They hit on all of that.
All of them.
And 2s to wound, probably. It's definitely high enough to wound on 2s. And, okay. These are -2 with Contempt, but there's going to be 4-up invulns, all Rosarius and Terminator Armor. Ooh, we only fail 1 of them, but they're still enough to kill me. I have no command points to reroll. We have D3 +3 damage. He's dead. He gets and then the Scything Talons, they just skewer his body further. Not a very heroic end for that character. That will conclude that. We have the... You could have, if you wanted to, you could have piled in our Heroic Intervene. I forgot to mention that. And then just beat this up with the Reaper of Obliterax, and then they're free next turn. There's no need to do it because you can just charge past in this turn. You can fall back and charge next turn, and there's no need to kill it. So we can go into the Hormagaunts fighting. You don't have to. I mean, you technically have to throw whatever attacks are in range, but if you don't want to, if it takes like a couple damage, I don't really mind. 11 remaining, and then these are going to be. This is 9 of them attacking.
Yeah.
1 reroll. It helps. 2 automatic wounds. Those are the hits, and here are the other 2 Gaunts who didn't get to attack. 1 more wound. Just 1 more wound. All right, venom stacks. And 5s or 6s to wound here. They're strength 3? Yeah, so the 5 doesn't wound, just 3 wounds. 2 at AP nothing, and 1 at AP 1. So we take a damage. 7 wounds left on that draw pod. Got a little beat up from Gaunts. Okay, that's that fight. That little fight's done. That poor chaplain died, so we're done. That's turn, I think. I don't have any morale to do. I don't think. We're all good there. Unfortunately for that wolf turn, we didn't really accomplish anything important. We didn't kill any units. We didn't deny too much of anything there, so I'm trying to defend my stronghold. So if I control this, which I probably won't do actually, because you can fall back and charge with the card effects, I'll get my secondary done there. And then I need to kill 2 more things in melee for, not grind them down, but blood and guts. And then I'm going to get rid of hold of line, because that is ridiculously difficult to do. And then for your side, you do complete grind them down, because you killed more in our 2 consecutive turns in a row. You killed 3 things, I killed none. And just taking a quick look at the primary objectives, you hold your own, and you hold 1 in no man's land, so that's worth 7 points. Now taking a look at the score, I got 2 secondaries and 9 primary points. 3 secondaries and 10 primary points for Michael. He killed the 1 unit that ran away in the first battle round. He killed 2 units this battle round, and then scored 7. So that's where that's at. He can still score 1 more point for killing something on his turn here. He killed 2 on my turn. Sad days. So for Michael, he's got 3 new objectives here, which is great to have that. We're going to draw Area Denial, Overwhelming Firepower, and bring it down. Now, Area Denial is going to be rather difficult. There's several draw pods, or 2 draw pods, and a couple of units in the way. So that's going to be hard to chew through. And you have the command points and the time to do it. So we're going to spend 1 to get rid of that. And we're going to get no prisoners instead, which is excellent. That is amazing. You have to kill 30 wounds worth of models. Now, with Overwhelming Firepower, that pairs well into that. You have to kill 3 units with shooting, and then finally bring it down. I, Luka, the Spaceball player, have to identify the model with the highest wound characteristic on the table, and then Michael has to kill that. To give you guys an idea, the objective is right in the middle of the table, so these are all within 12 of it, so it's going to be hard to get rid of all of those. So get rid of that, pitch that. The model with the highest wound characteristic in my army, funny enough, is a drop pod, because nothing in my army has more than 8 wounds. And if it's tied, I pick the one that Michael has to try and kill. This one is the most inconvenient to try and kill. That one back there is actually kind of inconvenient as well, but I feel like you'd somehow figure out a way to do it. This one here, I'll just say this one here for whatever reason. And then just kill my models for no prisoners, and then just shoot my stuff as well, and it should be, and then stand on objectives and just keep doing Tyranid things. Should be easy enough. We got our command points for both at 1 because Michael spent 1 to cycle an objective, and we're going to go ahead and figure out what you want to do in the command phase. You have a complicated command phase. What's the plan?
The plan is the Hive Commander ability of the Hive Tyrant, reroll 1s to hit on the Hormagaunts. Then the Tervagon will hand out the +1 to hit to the Termagant unit, and with direct guidance, the +1 to hit to the warriors.
I'm going to give them another chance.
Yes, true. And the ability of the Broodlord will be going to the Carnifex. So 6s to wound, extra AP.
Which might matter into Armor Contempt for a few cases here. And then the Tervagon is going to try and pump more Termagants back in the unit. 2d6 of them. And we get... Hey, average again. Now we're slowly chipping away at them. All right, they've been bolstered. All right, now we're on to movement. We're going to remember that everything in the list can, if it's close enough to a unit that can provide it, which everything is, can fall back and charge. So Carnifex is free, this is all free, and all that's free to do whatever you deem necessary. Oh, but my apologies, one more thing. We're going to spend a command point on rapid regeneration for the Carnifex. He's going to heal some of his wounds.
D3.
Boop. 3. It's just 3. D3. Is it 1 or 2 command points for that? Oh, it's 1.
Just 1.
Yep.
Yeah, up to 8 again.
Back up to 8 from 9. Oh, the Wolf Lord tried. First move is the Carnifex. Falls back from combat. Now he does take a -2 penalty for the crater, but he still moves 8. So it's just a 6-inch move straight right over. It can end up there. He's going to smash this thing to deny me some points. And the Broodlord is going to go and deal with the Grey Hunters who have arrived in the back. Next up, we have the Hormagaunts falling back from this combat into the muck.
They lose.
Pile into the muck. And then the Hive Tyrant moves forward a little bit, staying an inch away from the Finn, but keeping his line of sight because we want to heavy venom cannon the Wolf Lord there, which would be kind of cool. Oh, he's also staring down like a Tyrant effect, which isn't great either. We're going to shift his position to plug the gap in that so they can't move up and around this way. So that's all moved. We have to figure out some of this nonsense. All right, we're done moving. The Warriors shifted a little bit. As you see, the Ripper Swarms went from behind the Tervagon onto the objective. The Termagants fell back, and then the Tervagon scooched its butt up a little bit to get closer to the objective and stay on the objective because it is objective secured with the custom Hive Fleet. And then the Zoanthropes moved to get some options. We got the one Zoanthrope over here, and we got the one Zoanthrope over here near the drop pod. And that's it. We're on to Psychic phase, where we have to zap things. So the drop pod? No. The Carnifex? No. Then this one, Turvagon? No, but the Gene Stealer? No, they're good. And moving on to this one, we got Zoanthrope. And maybe Hive Tyrant if we roll a 1. I'll double check. Nope, that's all good. And then nothing else should be within 3. Over to this one, we have our Terminators. No. And then the other objective, we have a lot of things near the objective. We have the Ripper Swarms, the Termagants. They take a mortal wound. So we'll pull one of the Termagants. And then the Turvagon. Turvagon takes a mortal wound as well somehow. The Biovore. No. And then maybe the Warriors. I'll double check if we roll a 1. Nope. All right. 16 wounds from the warp nonsense. Okay. Okay, so we did the damage to a Termagant, killed the Turvagon, wounded the Turvagon a little bit. Now we're on to your actual psychic phase, so now we're done at the start of it. Catalyst. 5. Does that work? Haha, no catalyst. I want to kill bugs. I don't want you to feel no pain. And now we're going to smite from the Zoanthropes. This will be painful. I'm expecting extreme measures, but they get +3, so yes. They cast it. So it's D3 +3 mortal wounds. So it's 5. That's so that's dead and dead, I suppose, and then you'll take a wound. And we forgot to move the Spore Mine, so we're going to go ahead and move them.
They will advance.
You go so fast. Extra 6, no! Float, 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 float. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And now they explode. Because it's whenever they finish a move within 3. Right. So on a 2+, I take a mortal wound. On a 5, it's more. I take 2d3 mortal wounds as they explode. Gross. And it's going to deal 4. Oh, he kills 2! Pop, pop. The Sporific Musk kills you, and will kill you. Smiting from the Hive Tyrant on a 6. That is a 7, D3 mortal wounds. That'll hit the drop pod. 2. Drop pod's got 5 remaining wounds. And then it's got 1 more power. Do the parasitic ability against the Long Fangs. Yes, very good. And then we roll 7 dice. 5 up is a mortal wound. That will deal 3 mortal wounds. We're going to take out the ablative wound and put a wound on the pack leader. I'm sure that sounds very familiar to some of you. That happened over there earlier. All right, that's it for Psychic Powers. We're on to the shooting phase. On to shooting, we're going to start with the Biovores. We're going to put their shots directly into those 2 Blood Claws. No. I'm not too sure what they hit on.
On force?
Bro, those...
And if they hit, it's a mortal wound.
Oh, okay, that's easy. That's, I got a wound left on the pack leader. Pop, 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 pop.
Leader.
Next up.
Turvagon into the pack leader.
Boo.
Stinger salvos. Ooh.
Is it 2s?
No, it's 3s.
Oh. Strength 5 or 6, so 3's to wound.
5.
That is 2 wounds. If Contempt and we're in the crater, so we pass both saves without the Contempt. All right, Warriors are next. What's the plan?
Split fire always works. Death Spitters into the pack leader and the Venom Cannon into the Terminators.
I think it's the right call. It works. It works here, yeah. So what do you start with? Death Spitters?
Death Spitters.
Death Spitters.
So they got the +1.
That's right, they did get the +1, so only 1 miss. 3's to wound with an AP of 2. 2 of them. That's all you need. You only need 1, really. That guy is dead.
Need to keep the tally.
Boom, boom. And that's 1 tally for the overwhelming firepower. And then for no prisoners, we're at 12 because we took 4 wounds over there from the spores, and then we just lost 8 wounds worth of honored friends over here. Now we have the Venom Cannons and the Terminators. D3 shots per guy. That's 5, not bad.
Hitting on 2s.
Ooh, they all hit. Very good. Probably 3s or 2s to wound here.
2s.
3 saves. We're down to AP 2, and we're in cover, so we're 1 up. These are 3 up saves. Ooh, fail 1. How much damage?
2.
Oh, 1 wound left on a Terminator. Just gonna go ahead and put that back there. We're moving on to the heavy Venom Cannon into my poor Wolf Lord. He's got nothing. He's got his hard body and hope. These are 2s. All right, bad start for him. 2s. Even worse follow-up. He's got an Iron Halo. Only passes 2, fails 1. How much damage is it?
4.
Oh, 2 wounds left after that. And then we have the Tyrannofex. Who do you think he wants to shoot at?
Also into the Wolf Lord.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
everything to make sure.
D6 +6 automatic hits as he's engulfed by Tyranid weaponry. It's a sad fall for him, but yeah, it's a fall all the same. He died honorably. He died in combat.
So cool. Hitting automatically.
Yes.
Wounding on 3s. That's a lot. 2
fails. These are 4 ups on him. He died 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. Oof. Bye-bye. That's 6 more for no prisoners and another kill for overwhelming firepower. 1 more shooting kill to go, but I don't know if there's too many more shooting attacks. That's something you can get later on, though. And then also, that's when these guys got killed. That was the 3rd point for the primary in this battle round. So capped out on that, but 11 points for Michael. Doing really well. I think we're on the charging. Carnifex into the drop pod. 7. Oh, you know what? That's good enough. I wish I rolled a 7. Oh, Hormagaunts into the Long Fang here. Oh, yes. -2, but that's still a great roll. All right, so they charge into there. And then the Hive Tyrants up next.
Yeah, into them.
And then this drop pod here, too, because you're going to end up within an inch of it anyways. Yeah, so drop pods are weird. And charging. Double 1. Good enough, though, probably. Well, that was an unexpected part of the plan. That kind of screws up their synapse, but we can just do the zone throws charging the drop pod all the same. 5 inches, probably. If you're within 6 of a fin, you should be. Oh, you're probably definitely within 6 of a fin. Yeah, so we're gonna charge in. Geez, they also fail. Yeah. Okay, well that means they don't get synapse, but that's not too bad, I suppose. What a weird chain of events. And the worst part is that doesn't actually do anything good for me in the Space Wolves. It slows. It makes this a much slower, more painful experience with them. Okay, well it is what it is, I suppose. That's it. Oh yeah, we got the Broodlord. Yeah, into my Grey Hunters. That's right. Way over here. I forgot about him. Just like a whole nother part of the battlefield. Hey, welcome. Hello. Okay, well I have no way to interrupt, so you might as well start over here, and we can work our way over. All right, 2s. 1 miss, not bad, and then. Nice. 6s do something special.
-5 AP.
Yeah, that's an AP. what about the rest of these? What are the regular?
-3 and 2 damage on the rest.
Does this go to 3 damage or 6 damage or anything weird like that?
Just changes the AP.
Okay. With Contempt, that cleaves right through Power Armor. So we're going to lose that Honored Friend. And then 4 saves. There are 5 ups. Because of Contempt, that still kills 4 more of them. So we're going to have the Pack Leader left. Boom, boom, boom. Down to 1 guy over there, and then we're on to the Hormagaunts fighting. Boom. Ooh, actually, let's do the Carnifex first. That way we can clean up we don't have as messy of a pile-in with the Gaunts here. All right, we're going to start with the Crushing Claws. We have, is he on 3s?
Yes.
Okay,
just
well,
1 hit.
3s to wound. Okay, wounds. AP 3 normally?
AP 3.
Huh. We fail. So that's D3 plus 3 damage. So that's 4 damage, and we have the Massive Sidling Talons. He's got 4 wounds left. All right, they both hit. And wounding on that over there. B3. That failed that as well. How much damage?
3.
Oh, gosh.
1 wound left.
Well, that's disappointing. Okay, well, we're on to the Hormagaunts piling in. We're going to go ahead and do their pile-in. It was going to be easier without the draw pod in the way because of the wing there. But they have they still have their 6-inch pile-in?
Yeah. Yeah,
so it's going to pile in onto the objective. Just going to get like this 1 model, essentially. Closer to that guy, technically, by ending up right here. Hey. So piling in like this, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 attacking. It should be 33 attacks.
Right.
Here's most of the Gaunt attacks. 4s to hit, rerolling 1s. Rerolling the 1s there. Attacking with the 2 more Gaunts on 4s. Reroll the 1. Got a wound, just the wound more. And then these wound on 6s. They won't have the extra AP. So we have 6 saves at 3 up on my Long Fangs, which will be 3s on Contempt, no damage. Apologies there, they wound on 5, so I owe Michael 4 more saves. I, for some reason, thought we were attacking a drop pod. That does kill a Marine, that's a deal. We actually lose a las cannon. Oh, no, I can't. I have to lose the Pack Leader and put a wound on a las cannon. Silly me. We might as well wound this las cannon over here. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, and then we move on to, he failed his charge. And nothing charged over here. Okay, well, I guess I'll retaliate. I'll start with the Long Fangs. The actual Long Fangs with las cannons have 2s to hit because you charged me, and these are 3s to wound with no AP. So you have 2 saves, 5 up, 1 dies. As they desperately defend themselves, and we have the Pack Leader, or the Wolf Guard. 4 attacks on 2s, and wounding on 3s, with an AP of 2. Of 1, I mean 2 die. We get 3 of the Gaunts there. 1. We need those guys for coherency. Just pull one of these, yeah, I guess.
I pull these 2.
Yeah, that works. The drop pod does not fight back. And then we have the 1 lone Pack Leader over here trying to defend himself against the Broodlord. 3 attacks on 2s. And 4s, I believe. Because you're toughness 5 and I'm strength 5 on them. Lightning Fast. I do 1 damage. 5 remaining wounds and I owe you morale. That guy is out of here. That's a 9. He's only leadership 8. And And that will give you no prisoners, because that is the 30th wound worth of model destroyed. The Hormagaunts aren't in any synaptic range, so they might actually fail morale as well. They lost, I think, 3 dudes. 6? Are they 5? Or?
No, 5. They failed.
Oh, they failed. 1 runs, and they're not under half. So just 10 more. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they are under half. Okay. So there's going to be, 1's going to run, and then there'll be 7 dice on 1s and 2s. And how many decide to... All right, just 1 gives into its feral instinct. Bloop. All right, that realistically should be it. Man, lost both my characters there, eh? Huh, fascinating. Okay, well, that's it for morale. Scoring, you get no prisoners. That's 1 secondary done there. You're 2 out of 3 of the way there for grind them down, or sorry, overwhelming firepower. What was the last one you were trying to do?
Bring it down.
That's kill this drop pod, that's right. Do you want to get rid of any of those? Do you want to get rid of bring it down?
Yeah.
Or yeah, pitch that, gotcha. I run the 3rd turn of the Desperate Defense of the Wolves here. We're going to go into the Assault Doctrine, and then we're going to have Michael pick a new Psychic Imperative, or Synaptic Imperative. What are we thinking?
Now it's time for Warp Shielding.
Alright, that's invulnerable saves on everything, because we have the Zone Tropes in the list. Does it give... It's everything is a 5-up invulnerable save, unless it's a monster. I believe it goes to a 4-up.
Yeah, and it needs to be in Synaptic Link range, so...
Was there anything over here that's synaptic link?
No, but it helps the warriors.
The warriors and the stuff over there. Okay, fair. And then I'm going to go ahead and tally up my score. I don't actually score this objective because Michael was so kind to put a Hormagaunt on it. I do score 4 points for this one, however, and that's all I get. Alright, we still have Blood and Guts from last turn. I wasn't really able to kill anything in melee, but I figured, heck, I'd keep it, why not? We draw into overwhelming firepower. That's not great. Killing 3 things with shooting could do better than that. I'll probably end up pitching that. And then, of course, we got behind enemy lines. That is very lucky for me in kind of an annoying way, but still pretty good. I'm going to probably spend a command point. Yeah, I will spend a command point here on overwhelming firepower. I'll go back down to 1. And then instead, I'll grind them down, apparently, which is technically a little bit better than overwhelming firepower, but not great. Well, we're in the Assault Doctrine, and the annoying thing about behind enemy lines is over here, this drop pod and the Marines here, they're in the territory, because it goes down this line here, and the fins are in by about 1 inch and some change here. And then this unit's here as well, which is great, because that means I accomplish it. But the problem is if I choose for them to fight and charge this guy, I then leave the territory and I can't score it. So I have to kill him with shooting or something, because if I don't, he can heroically intervene into this and potentially kill it, thus denying me my points again. And for the rest of my stuff, I just need to kill things with shooting, just kill things in general in melee, and then just kill as many units as I possibly can. I'm in a position to do okay here. I got the... If I had all of this going well for me, then I'd be in a great spot. Otherwise, kind of like my swan song turn, essentially. We'll see what we can do, though. So we're going to go on a movement, because I have nothing to do in the command phase. I got my 1 command point, and we are going to go ahead and start that off. These guys are probably going to stand still and try one final hoorah into the Hive Tyrant there. These guys kind of have to stay here for the same purpose of the heroic intervention. I got to remeasure it. They're going to have to back it off a little bit, just so they can't get heroically intervened into. So we're going to, same idea. These Terminators are going to move towards the Carnifex, because we got to try and put it down, even though it's got an invulnerable save. Scratch that, he's not near Synapse for that, so he won't have an invulnerable save. So the Wolf Guard are going to go forward. They've dishonored the Lord and dishonored themselves, unfortunately, and I hate that for them, and they probably hate that for themselves, so we're going to go try and take out this Carnifex to redeem themselves. They're standing still, like I mentioned. That's all staying still. They're staying still. So the only thing other thing to move would be the Grey Hunters back here, which I don't believe I'm going to do anything too fancy. I'm just going to make sure that the Melt-A-Gun is within 6 inches and not crossing the line. We're going to have a crack grenade that we can throw, and a bolt gun we can rapid fire. And on to the Psychic phase, where we have to see if things get zapped. We'll start with the Gene Stealers here. No. The Tyranifex. No. That's it for that objective. Moving over to this objective. Does the drop pod die? Oh, that's not flat. I'll reroll it. Okay. And then the Hormagaunts. No. And then nothing here. We have your Zone Throw. They're okay. The Hive Tyrant is A-okay on that objective. Boop, 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 boop. My Terminators. Does he die? Close. The Ripper Swarm, and then the Warriors, and then the Biovores and the Turvagon. Nope, they're all good. Did I do the Termagants? I don't reroll just in case. Okay, everything's good. No, the Warp is not mad now. It's hitting other parts of the battlefield that aren't really that important. Okay, now we can go on to shooting. Drive multi-meltas into this guy here, and we're gonna do the bolt pistol forward as well because of range. So bolt pistol, multi-meltas first. Let's do them. Let's get these multi-meltas out of the way. Lots of shots here. 3s to hit. Not bad on the misses there. 4s to wound. A couple wounds. 2 invulnerable saves. I'll make one fail one. Now you are within 12 of all of them. So it's going to be 4 damage. You have a 5 plus... Ooh, 4 damage. Be 7 remaining wounds. And then we're going to go ahead and... Oh, these guys are supposed to... No, they're supposed to say that. That's right. We have the bolt pistol, which I believe in you. It hit. Nope, that misses. We have the 1 crack grenade and 2 bolt pistol. I'll do the crack grenade and the 2 bolt guns. That hits. That does not wound. And then the 2 bolt guns will hit 4 times and wound 1 time, no AP. So probably 2 up. You're good. We got these 2 Stormbolters rapid firing into them. It's gonna be 3s to hit. Might as well do them both at the same time. There's no AP and these are, nope, nothing there. And then we move on to, over here I got bolt pistols I gotta resolve. I got 5 bolt pistols. 5 bolt pistols, 1 misses, and 3s. These do have AP now, so 3 at -1.
6 up.
And it kills 3 of the Hormigons. Pop, pop, pop. Cool, got 3 left to deal with. We got the Stormbolter into the Hormigons. It's got a, it doesn't bracket, so they all hit. And it wounds 1 time at no AP, so 5 up save on a Hormigon.
Good.
A 5, nice. Done. Those both fired. This guy's gonna fire.
Should have pulled that.
This is the last one to fire. We're gonna fire at the Warriors, because why not? Screw those Warriors. That's 2 shots, not rapid firing. Couple shots, couple hits, 1 wound, no AP, 4 up save on a Warrior. Warrior! Nope, you're good. And then, they have a 5 up invul name. It's fun to keep shooting because it's fun to kill little gribbly guys. Yeah, it's all. I'm gonna shoot the Warriors, I think. They have a 4 up save against all this though. The assault can's only -1. I'm gonna go for the gribblies. I like shooting gribblies. It's fun, even though it's not a good idea. 3s to hit. Don't show me 52s. Oh, that's a pretty bad roll all around. That was a lot of 2s. Fear the first one, nice there. Oh well. And then these are 3s to wound. And you have a 5 up. That's only 4 of them. Let me do the assault cannon as well. Get that out of the way. This will be the same save. 3s and 2s because the strength 6. That's 2 more wounds, so 6 saves. 5 up, 6 5 up saves. I kill. Oh, only 3. Rip. Pop, pop, pop. We are done shooting over here. So that means we've got to go to this interesting part of the battlefield over here. Where I'm going to put the Melt-A-Gun. It hits. It wounds. You have an invulnerable save on the Broodlord. You fail. Do you have any command points to reroll? This is D6 plus 2 damage.
I have 1.
Is it time?
Mm-hmm.
Do you save him? You don't. This will deal 6 damage.
Dead.
He just gets melted. Alright. We dealt with the Broodlord. On to charging, these Terminators are going to declare a charge against the Carnifex. Ha! Good enough. We'll charge in just like that. Then no charging available there. No charging from back there. I got nothing really going on over here. No charges here. What does he got? 7 wounds left. Would you like to heroically intervene into this and put it down? Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It'll help offset my grind them down. Gross. I'll start fighting over here with these Terminators. We are going to spend our 1 command point on Fury of the First, giving them +1 to hit. So the Space Wolves that get +1 to hit, counteracting the Thunderhammer for a net 0, and then the Fury of the First will make them hit on 2s. Just in case things go sideways. I didn't get a 6, eh? Okay, no. If I had a Chaplain here, I'd reroll it all. How did he die? My life. I'll never let this down. These are your T7 on him?
Yeah.
So your strength 8. That's a really good roll though. 3, 6, look at all the 6s now. 9, 12, 13 saves at -3. These are all 5 ups because he's got a 2 up normally. 5 ups. Ooh. Well, every fail is 2 damage.
But not too bad. But still dead.
Oh, does he have death throws, or is there death throws still a thing?
I think so. Let's
Just in case, a 4. All right, so no death throws. He does go down, and we sure we avenged the Wolf Lord, but it's definitely far too little, way too late. They're going to go ahead and consolidate towards nearest enemy being that way technically. So we're just going to go. Oh, look at us go. Face the enemy. There you go. You know what you guys did. There are 3 remaining Hormagaunts who will fight next into these long fangs.
9 attacks.
Not bad. Rerolling 1 still. We have 3 wounds, 4 wounds because of the 6s. And then the 5s to potentially wound on 5s again. 1 more wound. 3 ups. No damage. And then we'll consolidate in to get into fighting range. This guy's like standing up like this. There we go. They're all in there. I'll just go with the chainsword dude first. I only have 3 attacks on him because no shock assault. These are 3s to hit because no +1. We've got a couple 6s in there. So now we're in the assault doctrine. Every 6 is an additional hit. And then these wound on 3. So 3 saves at -2, which means no. He cuts down all 3 of them. Buzz. And that's a unit killed. That's 2 units killed in melee, actually. All right, well, we freed them up. The nearest enemy being the Hive Tyrant over there. We're going to just opt to not worry about that. And then the Hive Tyrant with the Reaper of Obliterax taking out my poor drop pod. 2s. Probably 3.
Strength 10.
Strength 10?
Yeah.
So 3s to wound there. We have 3 saves at -3.
Yeah.
Oh, these are -4, so these are 6 up saves. I make 1, and I take 3 mortal wounds plus whatever. Is it 4 damage each?
3.
3 damage each? Oh, but no damage mitigation, that's right. So that's 3, 6, 7. Oh, he's dead. He's only got 5 wounds. Do you hit something critical? Does he explode? No, you just cripple him and take him out. I'll let you pick him up for a second. I'll pick this up. Oh, he is honor bound to go in and muck them up. Boom. Gentlemen, look how much cleaner this area is with all this drop pod. That means they get to fight though, so they're going to try their best to do something. They're only chainswords though. One's the pack leader. So those are Grey Hunters. 2 attacks each with the chainsword, plus the pack leader, so it'll be 7. 3s. We got 1 more hit because of the 6, and 6s? 1 at -2. So you should have a 4 up save, I guess?
Yeah.
And then you ignore it on a 5. No, alright. We do 1 more damage, we've done a 6. Alright, and with that, we go to the end of my turn. I don't have any morale to do, there's no morale to do over here. Overall, not like too bad like board state, but we are a little too slow and a little too pushed back, I believe. Oh, I killed 2 things, so I get 2 more points for primary because I killed little bugs, I killed a big bug. And then I will score behind enemy lines because I got the 2 units over there. And then I am on a tally of 2 for grind them down. So as long as Michael doesn't kill 2 units, hint, he probably will. And I'm at 2 points for blood and guts. I feel like I lost track of count of it earlier. No, I think I'm at 2. I don't think I'm at 3 for blood and guts. So I'm like 2 out of the 3 of the way there as well. And killing the drop pod gives Michael an additional victory point for the primary as well. And obviously 1 point towards grind them down. So all you have to do is kill 1 of my units. Alright, we're going to move on to turn 3 here for the Tyranids, but I want to show that they control their home objective and at least one of the No Man's Lands objectives, so that's 7 points for primary. Putting the score 15 of my primary to Michael's 19, so he's starting to run away with the primary points a little bit there by denying me the 3 earlier. Otherwise I've been at 18, we've been a little bit closer there. I got 4 secondary scored, and so does Michael. All around a rather close game. You know, on second thought, I'm sure there's a comment. I did get blood and guts because I scored a tally for it really early in the game. I think it was turn 1 even, when I charged and killed the Gene Stealers, and I must have knocked it off at some point and had lost track of that. So I apologize. I'm technically up 1 secondary here. All right, looking over here at Michael's objectives, we have overwhelming firepower from last turn. You just need to kill 1 thing with shooting to score this. That should be relatively easy. Well, I guess I'm running out of things, so who knows? It could be hard in a weird way. Blood and Guts is the new one for Michael here. Kill 3 units in melee, which I scored actually just like a second ago. And then No Retreat, No Surrender. It's a very doable one for Tyranids. It's don't fail a morale check. Easy done. You cannot opt to fall back, which you don't have to do that anywhere here on the table. And then if you start your move on an objective, you cannot leave said objective, though you can charge off of the objective. You can't do a normal move off of the objective. So that should be relatively easy. Blood and Guts, you just kill things in melee. We have the Hive Tyrant can work his way up to that, and maybe the Tyrannifex can try to make something happen. And then lastly is overwhelming firepower. Just kill something with shooting. That should be all doable here. So we're going to see how this turn goes. We have to resolve Michael's command phase, though. We got gaunts to spawn. We got abilities to pass out. We're going to go ahead and figure all that out. So we want to spend a command point on rapid regeneration, bringing the Hive Tyrant up from 6 to 8 wounds. All right, so he's going to heal. And then we have some gaunts to spawn back in. Can we get a 7 again? Complete consistency. 6! Below average. All right, the front ranks fill up. We're going to use Synaptic Link to pass the reroll ones.
To the Termagants.
I assume they're going to get +1 to hit.
From the Terragon, and the direct guidance goes again on the warriors.
And then we killed the Broodlord off, so no 6s or additional AP.
Yeah.
Was there anything else to do in the command phase?
No, that's it.
Now you technically score the primary, but we've already calculated that, so we're good to go on to movement. The Zoanthropes are going to advance.
They advance.
Extra.
Right. 10.
Ooh.
Let's.
We're going to climb up the mountain, making the Terminators the nearest target over the Long Fangs. And then we're going to have the Tervigon move up to the objective, because we don't want to give that up. We want to control the objectives. Boom, and the Tervigon's done enough sitting around in the back. And then the Termagants.
Close the gap here.
Block and protect the home objective. I'm just going to go ahead and move the rest of the stuff and show you where it all ends up. The Ripper's shifting around. Warriors taking up that gap. The Gene Stealers over here. We'll go up and hug the obscuring terrain. And then we have the Tyrannifex to move. He's just going to stay on the objective. Is he good in melee or no?
Not there, no.
Not overly? Alright, that's fair. Alright, we're on the psychic phase. Now we got to zap things again. Let's go with... We'll start with this objective because we're looking at the Gene Stealers. The Tyrannifex. Oh, he takes a mortal wound. He doesn't like it. Zap. Our drop pod, does he die and explode? Oh, he does die. He gets zapped. He gets destroyed. Does he explode, however? No, he's just reduced to an ineffective state. We're just gonna... There we go. Yep, thank you, objective. I don't have my objective anymore now, by the way, guys. All right, well, that denied Michael some points because that would have been a very easy Biovore kill. He pointed out, which I thought, that's so unfortunate. Yeah. That's silly.
Easy for overwhelming.
You just needed one kill. Yeah, just one. They just do a mortal wound. Boop, dead, get off my table. All right, well, that sucks, I guess. These guys are outside of the objective. I was like a dummy when I deployed them. And I kind of scuffed up the whole like drop pod thing over here anyway, so it's exposed there. It's fine. It's not great anyways. This is my last turn probably, I think. Oh, to get Tyranid. I have to do the objective in the middle. The Tervigon? No, he's okay. And then my Terminators. And all of that stuff over there. So let's go. Biovores. They take a mortal wound. He's got one wound left. I've almost killed a Biovore. Ripper. They take a mortal wound. Warrior is okay. Termagant is too far away, actually. There's no more Termagants within 3. Hive Tyrant up first. Smite! Yes, D3 mortal wounds. 1 wound. Okay, let's put that on that Grey Hunter. We're going to Neuroparasite them because we want to kill that at least one more model. We do get it. We're going to roll 3 dice. At least 1 5-up finishes off that Grey Hunter. Yes, we got there. So that means you're dead. Boom and a boom. Tervigon's going to go ahead and smite as well because the catalyst isn't working. Apparently, it hasn't been. Another smite works. Is it hit? Which one did you want to hit? These guys here?
These
yeah,
one.
They're closer. So D3, that kills 1.5. We have the pack leader left with 1 wound. I'm not going to mark it because he's about to get a heavy venom cannon, which is apparently not a blast weapon, even though I think they used to be in 7th. Not that everything is a blast weapon, they used to be, just saying.
The third one, so I need a 7.
They need a 7, but they get +3 to cast, so you have to show a 4 on the dice. Or, better yet, hey, look at that, 4 on the dice! That's a 7. I'm gonna try and runic ward it. I'm gonna try and stop it with my runic talisman. I need an 8. I don't. That's my command point gone. By all means, please annihilate them.
Oh, no. It's just 5.
5, eh? Okay, well, that's going to finish off you and put you down to 1 wound. Boom. Alrighty. That is the end of the psychic phase. We're on to shooting. Do you want a venom cannon?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Big 3 shots. 2s and 2s.
No 3s.
Oh, 3s. It's heavy, yeah. Did it matter? Oh, it did matter for one of them. And then 2 to wound. And a wound. Attempt at a save. That is a fail. He gets heavy venom cannon. HVC. That will complete overwhelming firepower with the heavy venom cannon. HVCs. We're going to move over to all the shooting over here. Oh, the Tervigon. Where's he firing at?
Terminators.
Over here at the Terminators.
Shots on 3s and 3s.
You should be 2-up saves.
Yeah.
We are A-OK. And then we're on to
permanents into them.
Boom. This is a lot of little strength 5 shots. 3s to hit with their flesh borers, and we're rolling 1s because of the Hive Tyrant's ability that shot through the synaptic link to say, take my buff. And 3s to wound because it's a strength 5 bug gun. 2 ups. You do kill off this Terminator in the back. It's a ghost of Terminators past. The Warriors are next, firing into the Terminators.
Yep. 2d3 Venom Cannons.
It'll be 4 shots. You got 3 hits. Or do they hit on? Yeah, they hit on 3s normally. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and direct guidance.
And they got the +1, yeah, they all hit. Boom. And all wound. So these are 3-up saves with all the stacking modifiers. Ooh, I'm gonna fail 3 of them. Are they 2 each? Or are they 3?
2 each.
2? That kills 1 and wounds another. It's not bad. That ain't bad. Not bad at all. Of course, that's Spitters. There's flesh borers with more shot. Oh, they have better AP as well, I guess. 3. La 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 la. -1, but I'm in cover with Terminator armor, so no damage. Because they have a 1-up save. Biovores are going to fire into the Terminators. They do have line of sight, so it's 3 shots on, I think, 4s. That's a mortal wound. That's a dead Terminator if I've ever seen one. Bah! Then we've got the Tyrannofex. We'll have to figure out where he wants to fire. So we have the hazard spray into the Terminators and the stinger salvo into the long fangs.
First.
Salvo first. A couple misses. And 3s to wound. 3 wounding hits. I mean, 2-up save and they're -1.
Yeah.
2-up. I've killed the last guy and it wasn't a bad shot. And then the D6 plus 6 automatic hits.
Yeah.
Ooh, efficiency. That's 11. Might be bad. Strength. Is it 6?
6.
3s to wound. This is a marine killer for sure. 7. So 7 saves. They have a 1-up save because of shields. They don't get armor of contempt as AP 3. So 4-ups. Which is what their invulnerable save is, all the same. All right, so those pass. That is a dead Terminator, and a wounded Terminator. So, dead, and wounded. Leaving just the pack leader and a wounded honored friend. This is what you deserve. And that will conclude shooting. The Hive Tyrant here is to clean house. He's gonna go into the multi-meltas, I assume. And probably the drop pod. Or I guess you could avoid the drop pod. Just gonna go for the long fangs. Good luck. Can you roll better than double 1? Hey, look at that! Hello. It's time to Reaper of Obliterax your face.
Zone you out.
Yeah, it's fair. All right, let's Reaper their face off. I got a wound on the guy there, so boom. They all hit. That's a good start. And 2s to wound. Excellent. So 3 up, -3. These are 6-up saves. I gotta do these one at a time. First one. He passes, then dies to the mortal wound. So there goes the pack leader. And then the next guy fails and dies, and then the mortal wound goes on the unit on a. So it'd be a multi-melta dies, and then another multi-melta takes a save, and then he fails that save and dies. Then a mortal wound goes over there, and then the next guy fails the save and dies. Mortal wound goes over there, and then fails the save and dies, and then the mortal wound goes on him. So there's just the one guy left because I made a save. It's a weird interaction with the Reaper of Obliterax. The issue is like, you could do it quickly too, where I could have just done all my saves and then applied the 5 mortal wounds afterwards. However, it usually ends up the same way, but actually no, that would have been a very different outcome. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah. That would have been pass, and then dead, and then 5 mortal wounds, which would have killed the rest of the unit. Yeah. And would you like to pile into me? And we're technically an inch away. I get free attacks against you if you do. But
let's do it.
You challenge him. I like it. Yeah, 3 attacks as a shock assault, and then 2 more for claws. Claws, baby claws. We hit on 2s because we're wolves. We got charged. And your toughness 8.
Yep.
These are regular lightning claws, so 6s with a reroll. 2 saves at -3. 4 up invulns. Take 2. Oh, you have a 5 up to ignore it. You're at 8 currently. All right, down to 6. Heck yeah! All right, that's it. So I owe you morale. I roll. My guys, you know what? I'm beginning to think the goal of the mission wasn't to push back Tyranid forces, it was to distract them. And then when things look sour, you just leave. Okay, job done, distracted. I'm out of here. That is the end of the turn. You score overwhelming firepower because you killed them with the Reaper or with the heavy venom cannon. Blood and guts, you scored 1 point because you just killed them with melee. And then no retreat, no surrender, you score as well because you did not retreat, fail morale, or leave an objective. That's at the end of my turn you'd score that, but okay, well, here's the secret. My turn, all I'm going to do is shoot last cannons at this guy and concede. So you'll score it. You're going to score it. But I want to, I guess I'll see what my objectives are.
I don't think you can shoot him.
Because you're smart. You're the jump on. You jerk. All right, I concede. I'm going to, hypothetically, can I put him down? I'm just curious.
Let's see.
3 hits. Can the last cannons do anything in this game? Now, I know last cannons are kind of a meme, but they're not like this bad, typically. You have 2 4-ups. 2 4 pluses. You make 1, all right, and then D6 damage. 1! The meme. I'll reroll. Command point. The meme! Nice!
Ignore it.
No damage! All right, that was cool. That's all I really wanted to see. Let's, 3 full battle rounds have been completed, so let's take a look at the score currently. Taking a look at the score. Did I kill anything? No, I didn't really. You killed a couple other things, so you go to 21 on primary to my 15, so you have 6-point lead in primary. I'm on 5 objectives scored to your 6. So currently you're at an 11-point lead after 3 battle rounds, and I don't have a whole lot left to score with. I'm not on my objective over here because I'm kind of a dink, and that was more punishing myself for messing up the drop pod thing. And then these guys go beat up the Gene Stealer. Sure, these guys could, I don't know what they would do. They would do something, but I got stuff I could do, but not enough to close that gap and not enough to fight back with. Mostly because the zone tropes would be cleaning up the rest of the side of the battlefield, and I can't really get to them that well. And if I could advance the charge, well, we could have got there maybe. And obviously we've seen that they did nothing to the Hive Tyrant. And we lost our multi-melt. This is the more consistent damage to the Hive Tyrant there. And these guys were always meant to just sit there and hold the objective and be a distraction and shoot guns back and forth. And make it so like if you leave that area, they could put pressure on it, so it kept your stuff back there. But in the end, it worked out well for you because you didn't need that chunk of your army mostly that bad. You did a lot of work with the zone tropes and the Hive Tyrant there. So I'll throw in the towel there. So good game, Michael. We will jump into a post-game and discuss this game further.
Before you jump into that post-game show, we've got another awesome Warhammer 40k battle report for you in the MiniWarGaming Vault. I will be playing my Tyranids against Michael's Blood Angels. You can click on the link below to get your free 7-day trial. Enjoy the post-game show.
All right, so post-game here with Michael, Tyranids versus Space Wolves. What happened here was an excellent game, I think, in all considerations. We got to see the very iconic Space Marine drop pod assault. The manipulation of the drop pods didn't really pop up too much, other than at the very end there, which is more comical than anything. And then we got to see the idea of the drop pod list is it won't really make it to turn 5 because it's too aggressive, right? And that's historically been the way. A lot of you watching, if you're a veteran, I mean, I've been playing for a while. I haven't seen a drop pod list in a while, personally. It was very much, it would show up right away, do as much damage as it could, and then try to Space Marine their way to victory after that. That's kind of what the idea of this list was here. All firstborn because drop pods. I'd be excited to see what Primaris drop pods can do in the future. If that's the thing they're going to do. I got to imagine they will. Drop pods are so iconic for Marines that I think it'd be crazy if they didn't do it for the Primaris as well. Or heck, just let the Primaris use the drop pod. I don't know. They'll probably come up with a new kit you have to buy. That's typically what they do. That's fine. It is what it is. Their business. And drop pod games in the past are always show up. You put yourself into a position to precisely attack the important parts of an enemy force, and it will work or it will not work. I'm actually, in theory, philosophically, I don't like that playstyle too much. It's like a very fire-esque style of fighting where it's like very heavy-handed, show up right away, try and do a lot of damage. And it looks pretty good too. Pop the Tyrant Guard. What the heck else did I do? Oh yeah, and I made like the weird charge. I killed the Gene Stealers that way. I charged into your line to keep you in your territory over there, grinding them up with chain swords. And it was awesome. That felt so good. Like I said, it was okay to concede after that. It wasn't like too heavy-handed that you lost the game right away. And it was just effective that it felt like I was at a slight advantage positionally in the game. But my second turn was so rough. Failing the charge with these guys here. The characters kind of had to go first because these guys would have like chained their charge. They would have daisy chained this way to make room for the characters to charge in as well, and then one of the characters wouldn't have made the charge, which would have been okay, but unfortunately is the way it worked out. I got a little greedy. That there really sucked. And then the Hive Tyrant was a god of the battlefield this game, which is what you want to see with your big guy. I'm sure sometimes, like, you play with them, how many times have anyone played with a Hive Tyrant and he falls over to something dumb, right? Sometimes he just doesn't make it there. I had the multi-meltas trained on him the whole time, trying to put him down, and he just weathered the storm. Only 2 were getting through, and then Michael would make one of the saves, and then he'd shrug off a couple of the damage. So I'm only really chipping a couple damage here or there. The las cannons, they didn't carry their weight, but that's okay. Sometimes, sometimes the weapon doesn't do what you needed to do. And then over here, actually everything was kind of okay. It was the zone throws that really kind of carried this flank and hit me really hard a couple times and just kind of kept me humble over here. And then once everything was good and calm over here, they jumped over to this side to alleviate some of the pressure. The zone throws, as always for Tyranids, carrying them, kind of have, not carrying them, but like being that like important tool that you kind of need in a list, typically for any Tyranid game. I thought this was a great Tyranid list too. I loved everything about it. It had all the elements I want to see in a Tyranid game, because as we were playing, I was like hordes of bugs coming at me, and like the Hormigons pushed through and got into my heavy weapons, and the heavy weapons had to fight them off and waste a turn doing so. We eventually did, and then we had like a little standoff over here between the Termagants and like the things I was throwing at them, and I got them down to like 8 models, and they back up to 15. I got them down to like 10 again, and they're back up, and it was cool. It felt like fighting against the Horde, which is what you want. So I think that this was an excellent example of a game where I was able to kind of bring whatever I want. You were able to bring whatever you wanted, and we kind of had a pretty fun game at 2,000 points. It wasn't like nothing about Tyranids were overpowered in this game. If anyone is going to complain about that, all I had to, if I made one charge over here with those guys, I think I would have been in a great position to put a lot of pressure over here, and we probably could have played another round or two. But we know for sure that Michael and the Tyranids are going to take this win, and so there's not much more to show essentially. Anything you wanted to add?
I
rambled
rambled
for a while.
Thank you. Great Tyrant. And the Walking Hive Tyrant was the Reaper of Obliterax. He did good, and he did good in past games too, walking right through the enemy ranks.
Just cleaving through them, no problem. That's what you want to see. The Reaper of Obliterax it's like one of my favorite not necessarily that weapon in particular, but it's got stats and rules to it. That's one of my favorites. There's a Necron one that's the exact same. It's not as high strength, but it's 3 damage, and you can't take any damage mitigation rolls against it. And you put on like an Overlord or something, so you don't get as many attacks. But it's very similar, and I'm a big fan of that weapon. So like the utility something like this has, it just cuts down Dreadnoughts, it cuts down Death Guard, it cuts down Tau Commanders, and like nothing. You don't worry about anything. It's like, how many wounds do you have? I do 3 damage a swing, and that's it. Good luck saving against it. Well, unless they make invulnerable saves. I guess there's always that. But sure, that's what the mortal wounds are for afterwards.
Of course.
Oh man, that was a great game. I'd play it again in a heartbeat. I want your guys' feedback on the drop pod list. It's not very like super meta 9th edition Warhammer 40k, but like I play a crap ton of games, so I got to change it up every now and then to give myself some variety here. Or else every game's like Rune Priest and Dreadnoughts, or Dreadnoughts and drop pods, and you kind of see the same Space Wolf thing over and over and over again. Like last time I played these guys, I think I did only Terminators. My entire army was Wolfguard Terminators and like characters in Terminator army, which I had a lot of fun with too. Same idea, everything does deep struck. But this one I had a lot more fun because of the drop pod attack. And I love tacticals, I love blood clouds, everyone already knows that. So yeah, please give me your feedback down below. I would love to play something like this again. I can't do it all the time because people are gonna be like, stop playing these meme lists. I want to see like actual Space Wolf stuff, so gotta keep that in mind. But I would love another opportunity to play this in the future. Tempest of War is good for that, because with Eternal War, if you don't go, it helped a lot that I went first. If I didn't go first, I think I auto lost. Because realistically, all Michael had to do was take his Gene Stealers, advance forward, advance his army forward, and all of a sudden my drop pods are like here. That's the only spot I can put my drop pods. They're like, that's it. That's not ideal. And it's the same thing with Eternal War. If you go second in Eternal War against a relatively fast army or an army with concealed deployment, they just move forward, deny your drop pods, and it kind of is what it is. In the Horus Heresy or like older editions of 40k, drop pods and deep striking could like go right in your face, pop out, shoot out your guns, and there was a lot less counterplay to them. But that's technically why you don't see too much play. They're too risky to use. If your opponent goes first, you're pretty scuffed. You're not going to really be able to do much. So it's more of a gamble than anything. But anyways, guys, that's it for this game. I've rambled on long enough, and I got some Space Wolves to put away here. So I want to thank Michael. Thank you for coming by for this week and visiting us. You'll see him in other games. He's played with Matthew, and he's played with Josh and myself, and you're playing Matthew tomorrow. Blood Angels versus Tyranids probably. which I think you said you did earlier in the week.
Yeah.
You'll come by with a different idea there. So you might have seen Michael in previous games, or maybe mine's first. I don't know what the order is, but you'll see Michael in more games playing Blood Angels and more Tyranids. And just thank you for being a great support all around. It was an awesome game.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, guys. We'll see you next time for some more Warhammer 40k or Warhammer in general. Well, happy wargaming and toodaloo.